Mountain is calling. Hello everyone, welcome to Mount Panorama here for round 4. Here for Split Ascari and Split Becketts. I am Alex Bowen. We do have Jamie Conboy, but he's currently dealing with a few things at the moment. But we also have, I believe we've got Neil Alexander in here as well.
G'day Alex, how are you mate?
I am well.
Yeah, Jamie's a little bit indisposed at the moment, but he won't be too far away. He's just preparing our milk drinks for the night. And I am looking forward to when the rain comes down here in Becketts.
Ooh, yes, Becketts. With a bit of rain, that will spice things up. But we're currently here in our quali for Split Ascari. Currently on top, it is Ali Kairoon in the Mercedes, a 2:09, so very quick time.
Oh, that is blistering. We've only got one other person below 2:02 flat, so Ali is looking absolutely rocket ship pace here.
Yeah, that Mercedes has always been quite a strong car around Bathurst, so it's no surprise, especially with the driver of Ali Kairoon's caliber behind the wheel.
Do you think we'll see him improve on that? Seeming it's just started qualifying.
Yeah, it's only just started qualifying. I reckon we could see a bit of improvement because, yeah, haven't seen some of the other fast guys go through, although just seeing John Sneakers up to a P4. Here's what McClure's can do. McClure's up to P10 with a 2:03.3 in the BMW.
I just want to show Heinz' car at the moment. You can't see his team name, but it says Farmers Union CEO. Excuse me, sir? When did you take my role? Let's discuss post-race. But he's yet to set a time, as is Matthew Lamb in the Porsche, who's an absolute rocket ship, and no matter what he drives. What's the Porsche like around here?
You'd think in the straight lines it would struggle quite a fair amount because there's a long few straights around here. Over the mountain it should be very quick though, but we'll see what Matthew Lamb can do. Up to P3, 2:01.8. Yeah, that's some cracking pace in the Porsche.
Last night was, did you manage to catch much of the stream last night, Alex?
Unfortunately not. I was a bit caught up with a few other things last night.
That's alright. We started with, I think, 39 or 40 cars, and I'm pretty sure we ended with 25.
Oh geez, that yeah, the mountain can bite.
Yeah, and most of those losses of cars were caused by themselves or unfortunate little disconnects, but yeah, as he said, that's the mountain in a nutshell.
Yep, and just getting confirmation from page 37 starters. So
last night,
I'm guessing, so what, 12 finishes. 12 did not finish.
12 are still on the mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
They have not made it home.
Yes.
G'day Jan, how are you, Nan? How good was my pass-through Skyle on lap 1? Yes, Gorilla, we did see that. I might have said a few choice words for you. A lot of people were very impressed with that, but I'm glad you redressed those positions. Yeah, we had a bit of an early safety car last night in a sunset, and just after Skyline they're pretty much parked, and Gorilla Snapper thought, you know what, I'm going to go through here and pass about 10 cars. It was, I mean, opportunistic, but not quite valid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, overtaking 10 cars in any conditions are pretty good, but you got to do it in a safe manner, and unfortunately I don't think that was quite the safest manner.
Not quite. Oh, 15 plus it was. Oh, wow. I'm glad you had fun last night.
Ali Kairoon has improved on his pace to a 2:06 as Lamb to a 2:01.3 in the Porsche. That's just unbelievable.
Dare I say, will we see a 59, Alex?
I mean, it's unlikely. I mean, even some of the fastest drivers out there can barely get a 59 on a good day.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard task. I don't think I've seen one during a qualifying session we've done yet, but you never say never.
Here's Zaskas rounding the final corner now, crossing the line to a 2017, and he's parked it up. Most likely head out for another quick few laps, but it's all quite close between P3 and P5.
I think this man's about to go P2. He's 5/10 up at the moment.
Well, Regan Herbert goes up in the P3 just behind Matthew Lamb, 201.37. Here's what Sneakers can do. Crossing the line now, 201.2. So yeah, up to P2.
Let's get up there, Tasty T.
Here he
Hello,
is.
everybody.
G'day, mate.
Apologies for my lateness. Thank you for your patience. Hello, Neil. Hello, Alex. And hello to you, YouTube chat.
Did you come with the milk?
I have brought milk.
Yes, good man.
I also brought no pants. Did I hear something about a 59 when I put my headphones on? Is that coming? Are we going to see that?
We're 6/10 away.
Wow, that's quick from Kai Rudin. Goodness me, that's 6/10 quicker than John. And
What
Matty
was pole
Lamb, what is
last
he
night?
doing in that Mercedes? Pole time last night.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Probably should know that, shouldn't I? Should be well backed up. Hello, Mrs. Tully.
That's a lot.
I can't remember. I don't think it was anywhere near 206. I think it was a 201. Someone's going to have to check that out. Maybe I'll go check that out. It's a great question. But that's quick. That's ridiculously quick. I know the Mercedes is pretty strong around here, but to be Mercedes.
Is that you, Duresta?
That's
Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Maybe we'll shoot intermediate tyres?
No, I do normally call it Mercedes. I sort of tripped over that one for some reason.
Intermediates.
Lewis.
I
so
love how
obviously
he
the
adds the
Mercedes-
J.
Pretty strong here, but 6/10 clear of Senekis and Lamb. That's otherworldly pace. That's really good looking for the next 90 minutes.
Very, very fast. Like, if you can get any time in the two flats, then yeah, you are looking really strong for the race. But it is a long race tonight. It's our mini endurance format tonight.
I think it's saying it might have been a 2 flat 9. Is what I'm reading. 2 flat 9, 1
But even then, that's still 3/10 faster.
2. Yeah, very,
crazy.
very quick. How the Macca's going? How is Arnis Zaxis going? Where's he? P8, 2017. Nice. He's got more time in him, Arnis.
McKellar's just gone up to P10 in the Macca.
Nice. We're reasonably strong here, to be honest. The car feels really nice here. Maybe not particularly quick, but it feels really good. I say yeah. Team Macca, let's go. All about Team Macca.
And you dissed it for the bloody endurance series for the Honda, hey?
I was coaxed. I didn't want to. I wanted, and you know what? With Jacob being a McLaren boy as well, I thought we've got a chance of making this a McLaren endurance team. But no, we said something other than McLaren. I was, I hesitantly agreed and landed on the Honda. And look, the Honda feels really nice too, just quietly.
Oh, I guess you can only dare to dream.
Nice.
Nice.
That's sharp from you.
Very sharp.
Oh, Rashidi, that's a bit crossed up there in the Lamborghini. But here's the man currently on provisional pole, Ali Kairudan. Will he be able to improve on that 2 flat 6?
Nah, he's 4/10 down here.
He's got another opportunity of another lap. Here's the man to fight for pole position though, David McNulty.
He's got a lot of work to do to get anywhere near pole down there.
Reverse pole, he's got the wrong race right.
How many drivers do we have tonight?
36. I think one of those is the safety car. No,
So that
it is 36. That is accurate.
Hello, who we've got in chat is Reese Penfold. Hello, mate. Tell us about your Bathurst experience, because you were rapid last night. You'd clearly done a lot of laps around
oh,
here.
Bender.
That's still valid. That's still valid. It's all right.
It's invalid in my heart, though.
That Mercedes
He's
looks like
still
it was going to go for
1.4 up.
1.4 up. What that would improve him up 3 positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to rain, Matty.
How are we, chat? It's great to see you all again. As always. Pitting for wets was not the play, though. See, Reese, I was on the wet bandwagon, but it's also hard to tell who lost out staying on the dries and binning it compared to those that stayed on the wets and didn't bin it. Yeah, it's just hard to work out, but either way, you had a great race.
being able to decide which compound to be on in this game is quite difficult, because when you get to those damp conditions, it's really sort of a game of whether you can keep it on track in the dries, or whether you go out on the wets and somehow find a bit more time with the tyre temperatures. It's just really up and down there, as we see Audi get out of the way of Ali Kybrid and up ahead.
He's up 2/10.
He's trying.
God, he's clean through that section.
Yeah, it's one smooth motion through the elbow there. That looked really nice.
Yeah, didn't have any overcorrections, just one little bit of a brake and a turn, and it was right as we see Stefano Raschuti up to P5. Very close to P2 now.
7 different manufacturers from the top 10.
That
Things
is,
you'll love to see.
that is wonderful.
It's pretty cool.
His final lap. His check-ins out. He's up still, only just. Can he
Gets
improve?
around the final corner really nicely. Crosses the line now to a
Oh!
2 flat 495.
Boy, oh boy.
Sickening pace.
Is ridiculous.
I wish those deltas worked on this race labs overlay.
That would be nice.
That, penalties, and team names are the only 3 cons against it. Oh, that's
Oh,
not
the
how you...
clauses are. Oh,
What?
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god.
and
Oh,
Lamsar.
Yeah, we
I think
won't...
it probably ruined his lap
yeah,
because
we
it's
probably
obviously
won't look at that one ever again.
frustration there, but
The man currently in P5, Stefano Raschuti in the Lamborghini, doing rather well actually. The 2 Lamborghinis, P5 and P6.
well, they're currently P4 and P5 provisionally because we're getting word that there's a 2-place grid penalty for Regan Herbert, so he'll slide down the order unless he's on a hot lap at the moment.
Was he a collision in qualifying? I mean, it is the mountain, but it's not a nice penalty to get. Just looking very clean though.
Whoa, yo, 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 yo.
Well,
Oh,
that's
that's
a
an
curse.
I
instant curse.
mixed that one.
Alex Bowen, welcome to the booth.
Thank you, thank you. Good to have my first curse down of the night.
Always good to get the first one out of the way early. Really
That
prepares you
does
for the rest
Wally.
of
Will the overlay work for the race at Split Ascari?
the Ooh, pre-race curse. Those are rare. Nice one.
It
Alex.
does. What is
Yes.
with it with Sunset? That's so bizarre, isn't it? So bizarre. Da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-da.
Maybe we need some replacement hamsters in there for Sunset.
How bizarre.
Possibly.
One out the back.
All right. My pizza's just rocked up. If anyone can guess 3 of the toppings,
Not
Oh.
pineapple.
well, that's... Well, I haven't opened it up yet, so I'm hoping that's the correct... Yep, that's correct. They have done it right, so guess 3 toppings to win a slice.
Cheese.
Oh, cheese is a bit of a... And don't
That's
say...
one.
Okay. Go.
Anchovies.
Nah. You're out.
Pepperoni.
You're out.
Ooh, pepperoni was my second guess too, so I'm definitely out. Couple coming through in chat. Olives.
Yes, olives. Yes, tick.
Damien
Got,
Thurkleen reckons you might have lettuce on there. What's going on there,
Lettuce?
Damien? What are you doing?
Thurk, are you all good, champ?
That's a real
Nutella. What are you drinking? I want some.
I mean, lettuce on a pizza, that's a real commodity nowadays with how expensive lettuce is.
Megan says olives, anchovies, cheese. You got 2 out of those. At least you're the only person that had a guess at 3 at once. Pepperoni. Nah. Chicken.
We've
Nah.
got
Chicken's
banana.
overrated. Banana. Well, look. No.
Olives, cheese, and you've only got 3 toppings. So the 3 toppings don't include cheese, I assume. So it's probably olives, tomato, and ham?
No tomato. Yes to ham.
Ooh, olives and ham. So there's 2. We got 1 to go, chat. As I said, cheese doesn't count.
My
Obviously, it's
favourite
got cheese.
ingredient.
His favourite ingredient. Here you go.
Farmers
you learned
Union?
something new. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Iced coffee is now on pizza. Well, I'd have that on pizza before I'd have lettuce, I reckon.
Olives, tomato, and...
Milk. Tuna. Come on. You're overthinking it. The next split is a very... this type of thing split.
It's a real Becketts split.
Which Becketts is extremely...
Bloody. Red. Capsicum.
Oh, you're getting warmer.
Peppers.
Chilies.
Yes, you're getting warmer. Becketts is very spicy, so what do I have on my pizza?
Ah,
Sriracha.
jalapenos.
Yes,
But
jalapenos.
Okay, they're not red, so I got lost on the redness. All right, so it is...
I mean, I got close enough with chilies.
Yeah, you'd nearly pay chilies. So jalapenos, olives, and tomato with cheese and...
No tomato. Oh, actually, it might have tomato. No, it doesn't have tomato. It's ham, cheese,
ham,
jalapenos, olives. It's called a red center.
Yeah, right.
How hungry
Yeah,
are you now?
Not very, because I
maybe.
just had some homemade pizza before.
Yeah, great. I've literally just finished dinner, so I'll
Oh,
pass. It's all yours.
sorry. You ever go first with a story, eh?
We didn't get the 3 ingredients anyway, so we knew what we were in for. We were just helping out chat as they tried to get after their slice.
Well, I'm going to smack down a few slices whilst you guys start this race, and I'll see you in about 5 minutes for the safety car.
Did anyone get a slice? Megan got close for a start.
No,
She was the
it's-
first one to pick olives, so she.
I'll give Meg a slice because she's the only person who put 3 ingredients in one chat message.
First one
Yeah,
to
that's-
answer the question correctly, well, properly, without being the correct answer. Nice work, Megan. Slice coming your way.
I'll chuck it in the post.
Let's just hope it's not too soggy when it gets there.
Track condition for quali would have been optimum, I assume. Looked pretty dry.
Yeah, it was very dry, and we've now got hour and 30-minute race. It also looks quite dry here for Ascari.
Oh,
But
don't
anyways,
count chickens.
I'm not even going to ask for your opinions on Bathurst because it's Bathurst.
Yes. I think
If
that
you
means
don't
that you
like
agree.
Bathurst, what is wrong with you?
Yes, thank you. Last night's race winner, Jeeps and Eckers, isn't a huge fan of Bathurst. Try and work that out.
South African.
Probably that's the answer. Yep. South Africans, they have a massive problem with mountains.
I mean, at
Actually,
least they
no.
have Kyalami to make up for it.
I have no idea what sort of mountain ranges there are in South Africa. I made that up. Bathurst is friggin' awful from Megan D. Yeah, we know she. I just don't get it, Alex. Don't get it.
Come on, it's Bathurst. It's Bathurst. You gotta love a bit of Bathurst.
Worst track in the game from Megan D.
Doesn't Brands Hatch exist?
No, she loves Brands. She's a big fan of Brands. I can't believe it's at the bottom of the list. I can understand why people don't enjoy it as much as some of their favourite tracks, but to put it last on the list, come on.
Look, I can admit that for racing around here it can be a bit rough, but come on. The quality around here is insane.
I like racing around here just as much as I like racing in other tracks. I like being slightly quicker than the driver in front of me or slightly slower than the driver behind me. And I just love having to brain pick my way through the car in front of me or, you know, try and keep the car behind me. I love that one-on-one battle up and down the mountain.
Megan's saying Bathurst is worse than Snetterton.
You're worse than Snetterton, Megan. That's enough. Get out of that. You're going to get timed out soon. Leave Megan alone. That's fair enough, Jen. All right.
Apparently Bender is already dead.
What? What? I can't see him on the track map, so it's not like he's parked on the mountain somewhere. So he must have rejoined, or he's not sitting in the pits, is he? There is a green dot in the pits. Is that?
Oh, there it is.
Oh no, that is a very sick and sad looking BMW.
But either way, we're gonna get this race underway. We've got Ali Kyrudin from John Sneakers, Matthew Lamb, Stefano Rasheed, Marcus Van Fleet. We will be going underway very, very shortly here at Bathurst for an hour and a half of racing. And we are underway. Ali Kyrudin gets a nice jump, but then again, John Sneakers was a fair way back. Do we have any contestant? Turn 1 looks very clean so far. Doesn't look to be anything too bad. They're all taking it very easy through turn 1, not trying to do the same that Sunset did last night.
Well, Sunset were pretty good for the first lap. They all made it through turn 1 pretty cleanly, and they were 2x2 all the way up here into the second corner. So good start from both splits.
Just seems to be once you get a little further down, that's when the accidents start to happen.
Oh yeah, once those tyres are warmed up and the elbows start coming out, instantly Arnis looking a little bit crisscrossed up there into the cutting, but he worked it out. That's fine.
We do have a yellow flag further back.
Yeah, someone didn't get through turn 2.
Seems like we're still going fine though.
But yeah, nice clean little opening, no safety car so far. And I'm certainly not looking at the weather and thinking this won't get wet at some point, because this is exactly what it looked like last night.
Okay, so looking back, it looked like it might have been Connor Hind, the 91 car that got caught up at turn 2.
Oh no. That's not a great start for the GOAT in the Nissan.
It's what you get for calling your team Farmers Union CEO.
Is that what he? Is that him? I heard
Yes.
that too, and I thought, oh, who's that? That's a little ambitious. That's an overstep. That'll be a visit from the boss for sure.
Oh yes. But anyways, seems most of this lap has gotten underway just fine, and Matthew Lamb's got 3 positions. Stefano Rasciuti's up to P3 if you don't mind.
Top 8 region on the first lap. It is Ali Khairudin who holds the lead and comes across first. And I'll tell you what, John's right there with him. He hasn't let him create any sort of gap in the first lap. Those two have pulled away from Stefano Regan and Marcus Van Vliet, who have created their own little battle pack.
Yeah, a few battle packs starting to form, but I think in a race like this, you just really want to take as much care as you can to keep the tyres in good shape, and I mean, for an hour and a half, you don't want to get caught up in incidents, especially around a track like this.
Especially on the formation lap. Bender, who finds himself in the pits now down there at the bottom of the field, carrying a lot of damage, it looked like. So not the start to this 90 minutes that man was after. He's got a long recovery drive, but we saw plenty of those last night as well, actually. Recovery drives from multiple drivers. So not out of the realms of possibility that Bender still finds himself in the top 20 or so come the end of this.
Well, Matthew Lamb's dropped more positions. He's now down 5 positions, so that Porsche not doing him any favours in a straight line at the moment.
I wonder if he's carrying a little bit of damage from the opening lap potentially, and that might be slowing him down. But you're right, there's 5 position drops is no mean feat for Matty Lamb. I'd suggest he's got a problem of some sort.
Yeah, the engine doesn't have enough power in the Porsche. That would probably be my assumption.
That is one part of a larger problem, I guess.
Although he is dropping a fair way back. He apparently had 2 wall boops at lap 1. He's dropping a fair way back from Josh Bettiger. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has a bit of damage that's affecting him. And yeah, it looks like there's a bit of damage on that front.
That sucks. He's just walked past him. Doesn't even get it done during the braking zone. He's passed well before the braking zone. So Arnis goes up to P8. And Matty Lamb drops another one down to P9. Not the start he was after.
Yeah, the car doesn't look in the best shape, does it?
Scani! Hello, mate. Great race from Scani last night too. Pick up on that. We're talking to Reece Penfold before. AM class P8 overall. And actually I think Reece Penfold was P9 overall. And Eric Scani P8 overall from the AM class. So those two guys having a mega drive to mix it with the big boys last night. Reece Penfold and Eric Scani.
Here comes Nipris on Lamb. This is going to be easy for the Nissan up the inside. Here at turn 2, gets it done very easily. We have a few penalties starting to come in. 15-second penalty for car 77 for causing a collision on lap 1. Car 77, that is Sean Glover in P23 at the moment. Here's what happened to Lamb, and there's one more boot.
This is while he's still in P3. He's still chasing John around there.
Oh,
that'll do it.
That one was a bit more than just a boop, I reckon.
That is why he is leaking positions.
Bloody hell. Van Vliet up the inside there. That was ballsy, but
Yes,
got it done.
was. Very ambitious But yeah, that'll be a lot of damage for Matty Lamb, unfortunately. I'm surprised he's sticking it out. I thought he maybe would have bitten the bullet, come in and repaired that, and that would have put him in miles and miles of open track that he could just hot lap on for the next 90 minutes. But he's a smarter man than I am, so he's still out there for a reason. He obviously thinks the car's still drivable and manageable. You can see he's just getting swallowed up by almost every car down Conrod here. This is Steve Crossland in the Audi, who, like Organises on the lap before, just gets it done before the braking zone. Easy as you like. Through he goes. Matty Lamb loses another one, down to P11 now.
Lamb's just not quite having the race he wanted so far. He's coming to the pits now, so your assumption was correct. Time to come into the pits, fix that damage. Meanwhile, we've got a battle up the front for podium between Stefan Rashidi and Regan Herbert. Now, Herbert did have that 2-place group penalty at the start, so has climbed up 2 positions from his actual starting position in P6, but is showing as P4.
That pace up the front there, really quick. Stefano Ricciuti's done a 2:03.1 in P3. The guys in front of him are doing 2:02.1 and 2:02.3, so that pace up the front of the pack really, really sharp. Arnazaxi's dropping back through the field now there. He's clearly had a mistake somewhere. He's lost a large chunk of positions.
Yeah, a few drivers they've seen dropping down a bit in order at times.
Talking about how the mountain can bite you, and it gets the best of us too. Like Matty Lamb, not someone you would expect to make that sort of error that early on. So it doesn't matter who you are. If the mountain wants you and it's your day, it'll take a little nibble.
Porchelings.
So yeah, half of this race is luck and keeping it on the track and staying out of everyone's business. And
Well, speaking of business, we've got a bit of a battle on here between Stefan Rashidi and Regan Herbert. Wow, Herbert was so close to hitting the rear end of Rashidi, but gets up the inside and up into P3.
yeah, nice move. You're not wrong, he was so close there.
I thought we were about to have a massive accident at the chase there, but Herbert gets through and up into the podium positions. Can he now chase after the leading pack slightly? He's definitely got pace on his side, but it's just a matter of being able to utilize it. Replay now of an accident, probably through Skyline. Yeah.
Bit of a chunk on that inside wall there. We watched, there was another driver who did that exact same move there, just took a bit of the chunk of the inside wall at Skyline there and upset them. So great start for Kai Rudin.
Oh, there's a bit of an archy-barchy there, and
Elbow
that's
there.
Zarska's bit wide.
Sabile and Zarxes, the two McLaren brethren. It's a good corner for McLaren there. That turn 2 corner, McLaren just really sticks in there. But like every other car, if you miss the inside chute, there's not a lot of grip on the outsides. That's what happened to poor old Arnest there. He got asked to go around the outside. There might have been a little bit of contact there between himself and Sabile.
I reckon there was a bit of contact.
And therefore Zarskis was sort of sent to the outside and lost a handful of positions. It looks like he's under pressure from Steve Lewis as well, but this is Ollie Daniel now having a red-hot crack at Sabile.
Looks like Zarskis has a fair amount of damage, as we see in car 7, 10-second penalty for causing a collision on lap 3. We have a look and see what's happened to Zarskis earlier on. Oh, just
Oh, no.
lost it on the exit, and that is a fair old boop with the inside wall.
That's what put him into the clutches of Sabile and Daniel on the way up to turn 2 there. So yeah, already carrying that damage before he got there.
That penalty for car 7, that is Reynard Blitz, who has that 10-second penalty. As we look at Steve Lewis get past Arne Zarskis very easily. Yeah, Zarskis has a lot of damage on that front end.
McLaren no like of their damage. McLaren very slow when it gets a little bit of nose pain. Lamb looks much cleaner now. He looks much better.
He is a fair way down though. He's behind one of the earlier stoppers in Wayne Darwin. And I mean, stopping as early as he did in the Porsche, Matt Lamb, it's going to be quite the struggle getting to the end. It's pretty much, if he wants to get to the end without a pit stop, he's got to do an hour and 20 minutes. So big task ahead.
Bit of a train for me here behind Nipris, who looks to be carrying a little bit of damage himself, and
that's
now a
not
little bit
help.
extra.
Oh, that's another little bit wide, and oh, this is going to be painful to watch. But
he was already carrying damage on the way up there, and then left the door open a little bit. I think it was Shane McLaws who came and just gently opened that door up through the cutting there.
Oh, this is not going to end well. I can't see this ending well.
Everyone's got to be patient here behind Matty. They may or may not know that he's injured, but they can clearly see that he's slow. And this little train's just got to be patient, because you're right, this could end really badly, really quickly if one of them tries to send it somewhere that they shouldn't.
And they've just got to be careful. They can't pull any rash moves. You can't pull those rash moves on the mountain. You have to really wait it out. It is what happened to Nipris. It gave him the damage. Oh, did the same thing that Lamb did.
Yep. Oh, that Audi behind did
a bit more damage to that one, I reckon.
That Audi behind did pretty well to dodge that.
I think Nipris has given up the ghost. I reckon he'll be in the pits this lap. There's the McLaren behind. Oh, that's deep.
Whoa! Aaron Lee comes in at warp speed. Goodness me. Missed his brake marker by a postcode. And
oh, that was almost a replica of, what was it, Wing Cup Tandem McLaughlin, that one.
Wowee. Managed to avoid everyone else, which is the best part of that, because that was a huge penalty coming his way if he hit anyone with that.
Oh, this is Ollie Daniel up the inside of Seville, and Ollie Daniel gets the move done up turn one.
Yeah, two-person move that one. Ollie came from a way back, but nice little open door segment there from Seville allowed him through. Seville not done yet.
You're not going to get a move done around the outside there. I'm sorry.
The McLaren's capable. I believe in him. There's not a lot of grip out there. And in fact, now that is Aaron Lee, who we watched go off at the end of the chase. He's recovered himself, and now he's having a crack.
Help. Don't know. Oh, nah, Aaron Lee's got damage now.
I don't know what that noise was, but it was perfect for that scenario. Well played.
You've got to show some emotion when it's there.
Aaron Lee, yeah, not getting it right on the chase and not getting that overtake right up into the cutting there. So he's got to settle himself down a little bit. Aaron, he'll sort it out, I'm sure, because if he doesn't sort it out, the mountain will sort him out.
Well, he did get a little bit of a hit on the wall, so I reckon that'll be a bit of damage, but shouldn't be too bad for Aaron Lee at this stage.
Back up the front here, John Senecka's best lap is a 1:47. Kai Rudin in front, a 1:20. So Senecka's really got a strong pace here, taking it right up to Kai Rudin, who put himself on pole. These guys have gapped Regan Herbert and everyone else by 4.5 seconds already.
Oh, I wouldn't be so keen on that, because that gap between Herbert and Senecka's has stayed about the same. And look at Herbert's fastest time compared to Senecka's. It's pretty much identical. In fact, Kai Rudin's fastest time now is a tenth faster than these guys.
Yeah, it's interesting. So if Senecka's is indeed stuck behind Kai Rudin and isn't able to stretch his legs, does that, as you said, invite Herbert back in? What sort of laps can Herbert put in? See if we can close that gap. We'll keep a little cheeky eye on that. It's about 4.4 at the moment. Back here, this is Josh Becketts, who started from P7 and is currently in P7 and is one of very few drivers to have held position through the first 15 minutes.
He's looking to get a move on Benny Piper, who's moved up 2 positions. So, while Josh Berger is where he started, he still has lost a few positions in comparison to those around him. The driver who's currently gained the most position is Reynard Blitzky, 19. But further up, we've got Charles Clark again making up plenty of positions in the race, up 9 positions in P13.
He's got really good race pace, Charles Clark. Keeps his nose clean, stays out of trouble. No surprise to see him climbing another strong handful of positions. Vettiger looking very likely here. But that is a very wide Nissan. Anyone who's ever chased a Nissan around before knows that that is a big booty.
He's keeping that Ferrari clean. The Ferrari's a handful around Bathurst, especially once you get around McPhillamy. But we might have a move on here.
A good run.
Getting that slipstream. Oh, that's
no.
the curb. Oh, no.
No. Oh,
you
What a
beauty!
save. Yes, sir. Nice one, Joshy.
Jezelenko, you beauty!
Came from the sky, a little bit of a spin and a pirouette, landed perfectly.
10 out of 10. I'm back.
We definitely had the pace. He was all over him, up and down the mountain, then got a nice slipstream down towards the chase, but then as we saw, he just got a big chunk of that inside curb there, which unsettled
2
him.
secs, Casey. We've got to move on here. Preciado up the inside of Benny Ferguson, and that's going to allow Doug Wilson to get through as well, and possibly
Dunk.
Nick Davis. No.
Who was that took a big bite of the wall there? Was it Audi back there? Gunter Rowe, maybe? Or is there a second Audi? Might have been Nick Davidson, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that one might be Nick Davidson. And now Nick's going to have a look at Gunter Rowe, actually.
They've both got a bit of damage on them, these Audis.
It's a huge train of cars here, really.
Oh, yeah, massive.
Everywhere from P20 all the way down to P26, no more than a couple of tenths. So it's a big train. There's a lot of drivers out of position in this group here too. A lot of guys who might feel that they should be a bit further up and they're a bit further down, either due to incidents or what have you.
That's wide from, was that Aaron Lee up ahead? Not quite getting the lines going as we have a double yellow through here.
Oh, hello.
There's an accident here at McPhillamy.
I think Matt Nipperis involved.
I think that was Matt Nipperis and Josh Breen who came together.
That's bloody scary as you come over the hill there before McPhillamy and all you see when you come over the crest there is
this is not going to end well. They're causing a bit of a car park here. Taking it easy, sir. That's good heads up driving. Going. Oh, that's. Just need to breathe. Just need to breathe. It's okay. These drivers know what they're doing. These drivers know what they're doing.
Yeah, just got to have faith in him. Nipperis leaking pace here. He's still got that damage from a couple of laps ago. Hasn't pitted.
Oh, don't go around the outside there.
Oh, this is a two-way highway here. Nick Davidson. We've seen that curb cause problems before, Nick Davidson. Oh, and there's a car behind who's just giving him a boot as well, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's the other Audi of Tom Kidman. Never, ever, ever try and hit that curb, because all that's going to do is cause hardship. And yeah, Matt Nipperis has called it a day after that incident with Breen.
Pain. Oh, there's Pain.
No,
Oh, it's kicking
Pain.
off.
That is Gunter Rowe and Ben Ferguson.
It is kicking off.
I think Ben just tried to cross over on his line a bit too early there. But here's what happened with Nipperis. Bit of a wall tap there. Oh, and Breen was... Oh,
He's done pretty well, really. I tell you what, he has picked his gap and absolutely nailed that. Nipperis already carrying damage when he arrives on scene to... Is it Breen, is it? Who's had a bit of an incident himself.
That was a really slow spin there for Breen.
He's done as well as he could have there, Nipperis. That's awesome.
But Breen just had a really slow fishtail into his spin there. But yeah, Nipperis did fantastic to avoid it the best he could. Meanwhile, is a battle between Preciado and Reynard Blitz. They're having a battle with Steve Lewis just up the head, who was right behind Andre Spills. So yeah, really close battles here. Doug Wilson will be on the back of this train soon, sooner or later, you'd think. It is what happened at the chase, and yeah, just a bit of a... And then that Tom Kidman was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yep. Nothing more than a passenger there. Tom Kidman, unfortunately. Well, as you said, you need to take a bit of a breath because we're almost half an hour down and it's all happening. Battle for a lead. This was pretty poor, this one.
Oh no, it seemed that was Gunther Rowe just being a bit too aggressive on the brakes, I reckon, because it seemed the BMW had the space ahead. Like, so I don't know. It will be up to the stewards to decide that one.
Rudin almost doing 201s out here now. He's in very, very fast land with a 202.007. Zenekas and Herbert haven't increased their pace, but they haven't dropped off the back of him either. John's still within that second mark. Regan Herbert still 4.4 behind. So that pace up the front, those three guys up the front, really consistent, strong pace.
Very consistent and strong. Getting low 202s on any day in a race like this is no mean feat. I mean, even Rashudi's got a 202.3, so that's solid from him.
But it's this midfield pack. This is where all the fun is. Goodness me. It's all
Reynard, that's into the wall. And, that went low. Lucky. Don't park it there. Oh. That Porsche got unlucky.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no. That's a bad one.
Oh, he did everything right until he didn't.
Yeah, you're right, Neil. Originally got off the racing line, which is the right thing to do, but then just sort of pulled straight back onto it with cars incoming, and oh no.
Not the smartest driving, and he's teleported to pits.
Don't need to replay that one. It's only live once, as they say in Sky Sports or Fox Sports.
No, that was big sad, that one. I wouldn't want to see that one again. What time did the rain come last night? I reckon this is just kicked off. When was it?
About 30-minute mark. Yeah, it's sunny as light cloud on the weather forecast for the next 30.
Well, I'm wondering if that's why this seems to have kicked off and gotten real spicy, because the rain turned up yesterday and everyone just sort of wanted to make it through to the rain undamaged. Whereas these guys know, well, there's no rain incoming, so the shackles are coming off a little bit here.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to tell with these races, but then again, Bathurst is always going to throw some interesting incidents at you. It's just the characteristics of the mountain.
I think we've only lost one car so far, considering the last 5 minutes. Overall though, Ascari definitely leading the way for the AP splits when it comes to racing at the moment.
The racing is
dark contrast to the split that comes afterwards.
Becketts will come good. It's going to be pretty boring though with 10 drivers because they've all got race bands. No, never change Becketts. Just learn from mistakes. That's all we ask. No one's perfect.
You know, it is perfect though. We've got $10 from Hamster. Hello.
In other news, a man is still in critical condition after swallowing $250,000 in large bills. No change is expected.
I like it. I like it.
So I get that one. That's a good one. There was one that came out from him the other day, and I can't remember what it was. Something about AH, and Bender and I were lost, and we didn't get any answer on that. So we posted one in here the other day, and no one got it. That's a good one. I enjoyed that one. So thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you very kindly for your patronage and everything else you do. We love you.
Where? What was the other one? I wouldn't have seen it now.
Yeah, it came through I reckon, well, Bender and I were commentating, so it must have been yesterday. And it was in the first split yesterday, potentially. It was early on. It was a $20 donation and another dad joke. You could tell it was a dad joke, but Bender and I were just lost on it. Neither of us got it. And Bender's pretty clever, and I'm not dumb, and it just didn't land, unfortunately. So
2 seconds, JC. We've got a move here. Walker Preciado on Ollie Daniel up the inside at turn 2. Gets it done pretty easily. Can Ollie Daniel do anything about it? No, thinks better of it. So that's Preciado up to P16. And we've also got a stop-go 10-second penalty for car 89, Nick Davidson, for failing to hold brakes after collision.
Oh, there was the element of surprise. It was, yeah, I get it. And JC's there going through a dictionary going, what the
I was literally on Google trying to work it out. I was on the periodic table trying to work out what AH
Hang on,
had.
we've got Gunter Rowe on the side of the track.
You can't park there, Gunter.
And I think Bender's parked it.
Has he? Oh,
He's
no.
in the chat.
Oh no, Bender, what are you doing? Who enjoyed tonight's pre-race entertainment? We saw your formation lap, boop. What happened there? You didn't even make it half an hour in, Bender. What's going on? Is that 3 DNFs in a row, Ben? Oh no, you don't.
No stamina from these SA lads, I tell you what.
Oh wow, bang, shots fired.
I mean, if you're coming into account with the F1 series, then probably a few DNFs in chain.
He's on fire. Maybe a little bit more practice, Bender. Maybe, just a smidge.
Just a touch.
Just another minute of practice, that would do it.
Just an extra 2 or 3 laps per week.
Yeah. You're asking for a bit much there, KC.
Yeah, keep them coming downstairs. It's not your fault I didn't get last night's one. Scarny helping me out here and chat with the answer for that one, so I appreciate that. And Bender and I both missed that last night, so I don't know what the hell we were doing. As I said, I literally had a periodic table open, and I was trying to work out what AH and what that. I was lost. The answer was right there in front of me.
Okay, so Bender seems like he almost took out, he has no idea who it was, but they were P8 when they were lapping him, so clearly had an incident there where someone was lapping him and he almost took him out.
I found out what happened to Connor Hines, start of the race.
This is early on. This is why we saw Connor fall to the back of the grid. Oh, wow. Just got slammed by that Porsche.
Doing? That was,
No brakes. He was doing an offspring.
it was a TKO, that one.
Looks like Kyrudin has managed to gap Seneca's just a smidgen now. No rain or forecasters yet.
I mean, as it's been shown throughout the season, Kyrudin's typically been pretty good on his tyres. There's always been in his zone in the second half of his stint.
I was hoping to see a Bender zero stop. He was talking it up so much yesterday.
Oh,
Couldn't even survive the formation lap.
Yep, it ended up coming to a stop before the start of the first lap.
Yeah. That's not it. Why is it doing that?
Paige, are you still in chat? If Paige is still here, I want to know what the strat is. What did you run last night? Did you do sort of like a 120 litre, 40 litre thing? I'm pretty sure you pitted at one point. Oh, goodness
That's a big
gracious.
accident.
That's a massive whack from the McLaren, who's just diving out of the way of the lead cars there. As they
Just
came
pitted
through.
as well. It's just pitted.
Oh no. That's a huge whack. It almost looked like he just didn't use the brakes and then made it down the elbow on his roof.
Looked very similar to Tim Slade's accident at Bathurst, was it last year?
Speaking of that gap, It's gone again.
Yeah, what's happened to Kai
I
Rudin?
reckon Kyron's made a little bit of a mistake somewhere.
Just trying to prove that he is human, despite the fact that we all know he's not human.
Yeah, maybe a little. As he was coming up to blue flag traffic, it may have just spooked him a little bit. And I mean, if you saw a McLaren doing that in front of you, you'd probably lose a tenth or two as you spectated. But you're right. John's still where he was, but Regan Herbert's closed into 3.5 seconds. So they've definitely lost sort of a second over the last couple of laps, Kai Rudin and Senecas.
He did a Justin Tate, did he? Did he not?
Yes, he did. Yeah, that one from Justin Tate last night. Here it is again. We saw Justin Tate come down the elbow on 2 wheels. That's pretty similar to what we saw from Justin last night.
Yeah, it just seemed like Kai Rudin just... Oh, that was close.
Didn't see that on the live footage. Goodness me, that was close.
It just seemed like, yeah, Kai Rudin just put hammers on, made sure he did get 2 effective places, but blue flag traffic up the mountain's never a kind thing. Of course, I don't think they have to let them through on the mountain because of how narrow it is.
So yeah, this would be why your gap is closing. Senecas obviously right behind Kai Rudin the whole way as they go through the blue flag traffic together. But assuming Regan Herbert doesn't have much traffic to contend with on his way up,
yeah, he's closed right in Regan Herbert.
I've got a question. JP and John, have you ever seen them in the same room together?
I've never seen them at all before, so yeah. I don't even know whether they're real. Are they real?
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I'll leave that out there.
Interesting. I haven't seen any family photos.
No.
No, I haven't seen them together. Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Well, I mean, P just put in the chat 90 litres and 78 litres for the strategy, so
Yeah,
you'd hope.
Strat sorted.
So you'd hope he isn't chatting while they're driving.
I know plenty of drivers who do that.
I find it hard to chat and concentrate.
2 seconds while we've got a nice battle here between Vettiger and Piper. Vettiger around the outside, if you don't mind. They're still going at it, side by side here, onto turn 1. It looks like Piper's got the inside line, but Vettiger's still holding strong. And he's now just got to try and hold that side by side with the Nissan, but no, not quite. Has to back in again.
Just a little bit of grass on the outside there from Vettiger. Cost him a run. And you need a really nice clean run if you're going to get past the Nissan on the straight. So not quite working out there. That was a good little battle, side by side through the last couple of corners.
Maybe have to really think for a minute. A few penalties coming in. We had car 7 15-second penalty for failing to hold brakes after a collision. That is Reynard Blitz, and a 10-second penalty for car 91 Connor Hine for causing a collision.
Oh no, Connor!
Unfortunate.
In the pits again is Connor Hine, so not the ideal first half an hour for Connor. Obviously, we watched the replay of what happened to him in turn 1. That was not his fault in the slightest. That Porsche gave him a right hold boot.
This is a nice camera angle.
They've done nicely here. Is there pit info on this Race Labs overlay? There is. The yellow boxes you said.
Who asked that?
That's Ascari.
Ascari. Are you even looking at it?
He's in the races. He has probably not watched a stream with these.
He's watching now.
He's asking a question of the commentators, and I'm willing to give him a straightforward
I'll give him a straight answer, and that's purple.
What?
You're so easy to confuse. I love it.
What? Don't. Oh, my poor brain.
Josh Reddick
Tickets say what?
He's into the pits. Oh, that's not a nice pit entry for Josh Reddick. Crossing, maybe doing a bit of a cut of the curb there.
That's a pen, is it not? If all 4 wheels leave that pit lane, I think we got told that's a pen. Might be a little cheeky visit from the stewards there if any of them caught that.
Well, it was caught on stream, so you'd think they have caught it because we got Firelord in the chat.
Oh, yes. I was going to say, the stewards don't watch the stream, so it's not like they pick stuff up from the stream and go with it, but you're right, if Firelord's sitting in here, he might just go have a little cheeky look at that.
Lord. Okay, Scotty, I'll be serious now. Yes, there is definitely pit info. There's actually a stupid amount of info for the pit stops available through Race Labs. We don't want to show it all because there's only a certain amount of width we have on the screen. Does it have amount of times pitted? Amount of times, I will check. But the yellow number that you see that changes, that is your last pit time. The CS means current stint on tyres. So if it says 7 laps, you've done 7 laps on them. I'll bring the rest of it up just to show you because I'm being nice now. We've got, nope, that's the wrong one. Pitted lap. That's the lap you pitted. That's the completed
hold on,
stint.
there's a BMW going rather slowly out of there. That is
Dead.
Yep, that is very dead. There's James Park. Looks like it just caused a little bit of a traffic congestion further back though.
Yeah, you can see all this data fits in there, but it just covers over the names there, so I can see why you're not using all of it, yeah.
That'll show them if they're on an outlap. Again, I think that's pointless. If it says 0 laps on your current stint, well, I'm assuming you're on an outlap then. Current stint, completed stint info would be your last stint and how long it was. So, for example, Matthew Lamb's stint 1, which would be after pit stops, 3 laps. So he's 3 laps after his pit. Or he's done that many stops. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it is stops. But yeah, either way, there's a lot of information there on Race Labs. I'll try and find out what happened to this car in a second. Or James Park.
James Park tried to park somewhere he wasn't allowed to.
You can't park there. That should be his team name. I can park there.
We've got Lachlan Park and in chat he's
Speaking of
another
park,
one who's had
God.
got him.
Yeah,
he's had to
nice.
park it up.
What, did he? Oh, wait.
Parks out, not park in. God,
No.
I'll be here a week.
That's it, we've lost him. He's broken him.
Got him.
Seem to have wheel settings maxed out 100 with Fanalab, so that's always wonderful. I mean, is Josh Vediger in the pits again?
Yes, maybe after he's pitted.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's down 9, so I don't think it's ideal.
Oh no. He was right up battling with Benny Piper before. He's now having to do 2 stops back to back. Wonder if a few drivers are just getting caught out on the outlaps here with the colder tyres.
Yeah, that'll be a thing for sure. Just notice Herbert's just popped in the picture here. You've got Kyrudin and Senekis who've been chasing each other around for the first half an hour.
Hello.
Hello.
Herbert's just popped himself into the mirrors of Senekis here and says, hello, I'm here.
He's just behind us. Rashudi's not that far back. He's in this picture too.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles, and we are having an absolute barnstorming race.
Great ad. Great ad.
Frank.
Iconic ad.
Someone was parked back there. I don't know who that was. Someone going very slowly. I think that was that purple one there, so I don't know if that's still...
That's James Park again, I'm pretty sure.
He's trying to sacrifice his own car there to let these blue flags through. James Park, take your hat off.
Doing God's work, Park. You can park wherever you want, sir.
Out of the pits, into the wall, at the cutting.
Can we park him in P1 at the end of this race?
I'd like to,
Yeah.
but unfortunately not. I don't think that is how it works.
Why not? Come.
Regan's a chance here to get an overtake done before they pit.
Yeah, he's closed right up. It's a 3-way battle.
Oh,
Oh.
Mamma mia, that's a...
Oh my goodness.
That's a lock-up and a half.
My heart just jumped straight out my mouth. So yes, he's got the pace, but I reckon John's got the pace too, and I think John's just happy cruising around behind Kyrudin here. He's never ever looked like he wants to pass him. Whereas Herbert might not know the rules as he comes up here, and he might not know that we're just sort of sitting in here and getting through traffic nicely. Herbert's just trying to break this pack open. He's starting the party bus.
So the graphic I've just put up there, you can see the last 5 laps average laps times. So 2:02.4 for Herbert, 2:03.1 for our current leader, Kyrudin. A little bit of information just to show you who's flying at the moment.
That is a very good little piece of information. I like that one.
Oh, it has deltas for the lap. I don't know how accurate they are, but we'll get out of that.
Yes, sector deltas?
Yeah, but it's not showing a live delta. Something else I wanted to show too. That's broken.
Unavailable. Good to see.
That's broken.
Rashudi's into the pits. Possibly looking at an undercut here on these guys.
Goodness me, what's going on with this one?
That's a lap time.
So how close they are getting to the fastest lap for the laps, I think. I don't know how that works, but it's there if anyone wants to use it when they use race laps.
Doesn't make me happy that they're using the first names of the drivers and not their last names for that one.
Yeah. It's interesting strat. It looks like Rashudi pitted that last lap.
Yes, Rashudi did come into the pits and is now out into P11 by the looks of it.
Wobble, wobble, Kyrudin, good save. Who's pitting? He's got to pit now. No, defense.
Oh. Sneakers is putting the pressure on, and Herbert's going to come back into this too, but Sneakers gets a decent run out of there, but Mercedes is solid straight line speed.
Yeah, BMW just no legs in a straight line, so
it's all in the corners and the brakes that the BMW's got to get the advantage. Although slipstream here might be too bad. Gaining slightly, but it's not going to be enough. Another lap and the Sneakers will have to follow Kyrudin up the mountain.
I wonder what they're like over a longer stint time too. The BMWs, Regan Herbert especially, has looked really strong in the later half of this stint. We're just seeing John start to put pressure on Ali now. Obviously seeing Regan fly up behind him has obviously put a rocket in his bum, so he's asking Ali to kindly get a move on because he's got Regan bearing down on him now. The BMWs look really strong late in the stint.
Car 164, Stefano Rashuti, 10-second penalty for causing a collision on lap 20. He was in P4, possibly had the chance of fighting for the win before, and now that's pretty much done his day.
So we saw the three of them get past James Park on that lap. Maybe Rashuti got tangled up with him. That's why he pitted. I'll try and suss that out, but Herbert's right here saying, how you going, Sneakers? Which one are you? Are you JP? Are you J?
Are you an alien?
They're all Johns of some variety.
It's AI, I think.
It's definitely John.
Herbert having a look at the inside, but thinking better of it, but Sneakers not quite getting the right exit, but Herbert quite loose, but this has given Kyrudin a bit of an advantage, and Sneakers has had enough. He's in the pits.
Good decision. Good decision.
Perfect pit entry there from Johnson Eckes too, who's 2 wheels on the road at all times. Cut every corner. Came in with good pace. Looks like he got it pulled up too, so good pit entry. All those seconds matter when you're battling over tenths up the top 3 there. That pit entry is just as important as elbow or any other corner on the track. So a good one there from John.
This is the gap to keep an eye on where Rashuti comes out in all of this, because once Sneakers is out there on track, you'd think Rashuti would be about a second or two off of Sneakers. Although of how much they've been battling, could be quite close.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Rashuti was probably 4 or 5 seconds behind when he entered the pits, and obviously he's had an issue somewhere that Mull's looking up now. It's given him a 10-second penalty. Whether or not that was before he came into the pits or just afterwards. It looks like we're going to get a replay of it now, potentially. It is Park in that shiny purple PMW.
Just a bit on the exit.
Just gives him a little bit of help around the elbow there. Park, of course, would have been blue flagged, but it's not how we treat our blue flag drivers, that's for sure. So Senekis has come out. He's up through turn 2 now on his way to the cutting.
He's coming out a long way ahead for Rashuti.
109 as well. His mate. That's the fastest pit stop I've seen so far in this round.
53 seconds from Nick Davidson.
That's not with the tyres,
that
though.
is.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have been for a full stop. For a change of tyres, I think that was, that's got to be the quickest. I doubt that whoever that 50 was.
Nick
So
Davidson.
where is the time judged? Is it the line in and the line out?
Yep.
Yeah, line in, line out.
So as soon as that stint timer stops is when the pit timer starts.
Regan Herbert is in the pits.
Kyron's got to be very careful here. I might just put up the last lap data. Let's see what we're at. 2:02.7 at the Kyron. He says it's 2:12 for Herbert, but that's because he's entered the pit lane.
So Senekis looks like he's in a little bit of space here. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him, but nothing too car parkish. Not a huge train of cars. In fact, he probably gets a tow from some of these on the way up to turn 2 at least. So
He's going to get a fair way out ahead of Herbert though, because Herbert still hasn't reached pit exit yet. Kyron might be in a bit of trouble here.
he's absolutely nailed his pit stop, has John Senekis. He'll be hoping that Audi just slows down a little and lets him onto the ideal racing line, which it does.
I reckon Herbert's made a mistake somewhere along that last lap because they've both done a 109. You can't ask much more for Herbert there through the pits. So the undercut's pretty strong at the moment. This will be a big indicator on John's next lap. I wonder how much extra fuel that Kyron's got into this race with. 41 minutes left, so we're racing for 50. Great pit stops.
Yeah, great pit stops, and definitely for tyres, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
109 stop, you'd definitely be taking tyres.
Interesting. So McKinn's last night finished P2 behind Peach, and word in the McLaren chat from him personally today was that he didn't change tyres. He got his tyres to last the entirety of the race. He only
Who was
splashed.
that?
Thomas McKinn's, who finished in P2 behind Peach.
Yep.
Now, obviously, they had the rain and the safety car, which would have helped out, obviously, fuel economy and tyre life a little bit. But, up the inside there from John, was he? No, okay, never mind. He's out the back of, I think that's Nippers in the Nissan. But yeah, I was considering doing the McKinn's strat and not changing tyres. Obviously, that'd probably save you, 15 seconds? Not changing tyres?
Yeah, and he also kept his nose clean and avoided those battles for the majority of the race, especially once the race got underway for a fair bit.
Kyron was 0.3 faster than Sneakers that lap.
like Van Vliet hasn't pitted either, as has Piper. Oh, no, Piper has, sorry. That
Stockton.
can't be right. That can't be right. There we go. Update your silly graphic. Piper's got to be behind this battle, surely. Yes.
Yeah, it's just
Had to say. Drugs.
Stockton is the only other driver yet to pit. Currently P11 on track.
If you're still out there, Bilko, you can technically switch to the Honda now if you want to, but you just lose all your previous points. So if you're in the championship battle or whatnot, you won't be. But that is an option if you're really struggling with the current car.
Brutal from you. Or brutally honest.
For me, no, I saw him in chat.
Yeah, it was a question that Milko posed.
Yeah.
I wasn't calling him out.
I know,
JC, if you're out there, that
I know.
car you're in, the McLaren,
know.
I can see you're struggling with it, JC. You should probably change cars because you're crap.
No.
I didn't quite get on
exactly
that
how I
part.
took it.
No. It was more just to talk about the championship hunt.
Oh, yeah. No. It was no shade thrown there. It was me just being nice. Bilko, you're no good, mate. Get in a different car. Don't worry about the championship. You've got no chance. Is that what you want me to say,
Try
Alex?
the Janetta.
Try the Janetta. You'll be faster.
Oh, Herbert's a
Oh.
bit wide there, but looking at the gaps, that time Sneak was 3/10 faster than Kai Rudin.
No, I love you, Bilko. Bilko, very, very giving person. I will say that. He's donated quite a bit of money to a great cause. If you're out there and you haven't donated yet, if you can contribute, even if it's just a measly few bucks, it all helps.
Tell you what else Bilko has done is 6 sets of 6 Malcolms. That man surprised me on the day that he lodged his 36 consecutive Malcolms.
Jesus.
That was a huge effort from Bilko, who's only a young fella, and he's just busted them out. So huge effort that day.
Yeah, doing the Malcolms there. They take a fair old effort.
We got a handful out of you too, didn't we? You did 6 of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did
I did about 300.
5.
You've done 0. Still
Hey.
yet to see a single one from you.
When I move house, I'll do them.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that.
Actually, before I move house, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So the next couple
It's
of
not far away by the sound
Oh,
of it.
that-
Well, this is Lamb behind a Ferrari. Is that Ben Dyke? It is. This is for position.
That's why.
Oh,
that's
Lamb's
wall.
had a wall tap.
Ben Dyke with not the best run out of the cutting, and Lamb sort of got involved in his rear a little bit there, and then side by side they went up through the BP Ultimate sign. Lamb slapped the wall, so another little bit of damage to the Porsche. He's all over Ben Dyke here.
Caution ahead.
That's park again.
If you open your door, then you would
Parking
have
up
lost it.
again.
That's close. I'm lost. What are you guys talking about?
All right, I've got you, Derek. Go and check out that link. That is Malcolm. Go and sort yourselves out with a couple of Malcolms a day.
We're not
You'll
talking
feel
about
like a
grinder-related
different
stuff.
person.
Malcolm is
What's
an
grinder?
exercise. Don't worry. Don't even Google it, please.
Never heard of grinder. What are we? Is that a?
Don't look it up.
Wait. If Alex knows what it is, then I should know what it is. I'm down with the children. I know what's up with the haps and the whatnots.
Oh, trust me, save yourself now.
Yeah, just
That's it. I'm looking it up.
Also, update, Sneakers is about 6/10 of a second faster than Ali Kai Rudin. No, make that a second actually.
So he got a little bit caught up in blue flag traffic when he came out of the pits. Obviously, we saw that. And Herbert dropped well off the back of Seneca, so you could tell something was coming.
The interval between the two is 54 seconds.
54 seconds, is that it? He's gonna, if that's true, then he's gonna come out.
Well, you
15
also have
seconds
to
in front
account
of
for the fact
Kyrene.
that the pit lane cuts out a bit of the track as well.
Yeah. So yeah, if he's 54 seconds behind, which what I'm seeing there is right. I think you're right. 54 is the interval gap. He's going to come out 15 seconds in front of Kyrene once Kyrene pits.
Not quite, because remember the pit timer starts as you enter pit road, so you're still going at speed.
Yeah, so you lose time entering the pits, and exiting the pits you're leaving, and probably a little bit slower than turn one. But should be ahead by the looks of that.
Yeah, should be. It's just a matter of where his tyres will hold up. This is blistering pace at the moment from John Sneakers. Stefano Raschudi's right behind Regan Herbert. Only a second separate them, although Raschuti does have that 10-second penalty.
Oh, what is... Just looked up Grinder. Why didn't you tell me not to look this up?
What? Gee whiz! Look, it's not for cooking, I'll tell you that.
Obviously not for cooking. Although some of these boys are cooking.
Oh, we've had a 10-second penalty for car 24. Blue flag infringement.
I'll tell you what, considering the nature of the track, that's I think the first one we've seen tonight.
That is Seville in P14.
So not too shabby from Ascari, really, in terms of blue flag traffic. There's been a couple of little weird ones that we've seen, but they got out of the way and they did their best. There's been a couple of heroic efforts where they've just thrown themselves into the wall as the lead pack comes through. So all in all, pretty good effort from blue flags here at Ascari, I would suggest. Lamb's still trying to make his way past Van Dyke. Van Dyke making that Ferrari very wide.
No, not there, not there.
He had a go at him. That's the corner he had to go at him last time. He went around the outside, and that didn't end up well. So he tried to go to the inside this time. There's no room there either. He must be very frustrated, our championship leader.
Well, that Ferrari is a bullet in a straight line compared to that Porsche. But again, anything's a bullet in a straight line compared to the Porsche, even the Ginetta probably. Look at Lamb just hounding the back of Vendig.
You can tell he's impatient. He's clearly got the pace and just wiggling around behind him in his mirrors. But poor old Porsche, just no legs down the straight. He's getting pulled away from in the toe. So obviously carrying damage is Lamb. But yeah, Bendyke just pulling away from him. The Porsche, even in the toe, just not closing any gaps whatsoever. And getting frustrated here in P10.
Not having a good race so far is Matty Lamb. And he's coming in, he's had enough. So that'll be his second pit stop of the race.
He's got a 12.
Hey, that looked a bit close.
In terms of coming into the pits too quick, yeah, pretty quick. So 12-second gap back to Stockton, who is in a battle with Charles Clark, and then there's another 15 gap, and then another 18 gap. So this pit stop really doesn't actually lose him that much, Matty Lamb. So he'll get some fresh tyres and repair damage potentially. Probably going to come out P15, something like that. So not too shabby, and he'll have another half an hour to see if he can make up any more spots. Salvage this race.
Kyruden is in. Kyruden is in the pits.
Here we go. This is your race lead.
Cameraman right up at the box. Perfect.
Drive through for an unsafe rejoin. We saw a few of those last night. We saw a disqualification for an unsafe rejoin last night, as well as a couple of stop goes and whatnot. So the stewards really sick of bad rejoins, and so they should be.
Yeah. Kyruden is moving. Kyruden is moving.
He's got him easy. That's a slow stop. I don't think he's changed tyres.
Yeah, I think he's still on the same tyres.
Definitely. What's the
Yeah.
stop?
Yeah, not changing tyres according to Page. Would be sitting on his Twitch just investigating what's going on there.
Minute
so
2 seconds. Yeah, that has not changed tyres at all. Because yeah, if he changed tyres, then he was gonna come out probably behind Sneakers. This is ballsy from Kai Rudin.
It is, yeah, because it looked like he was struggling for pace on these tyres towards the end of that stint. So now just banking on track position, really. Trying to get home.
Gee, that's brave.
It is brave, isn't it? But it had to be done. He probably knew that John had really closed and removed any sort of gap that they had. And then he saw that, you know, he's probably 50 seconds or so behind, as we saw that he was probably going to jump in the pits if Kai Rudin did change tyres.
Poor Lamb, stuck behind here.
Poor Lamb again.
Lamb's a lap down.
Lamb just wants to shake out some moves. He has come out in P16. He just wants to get some moves done and try and crawl back into the top 10. Now he's behind Kai Rudin. He probably won't mind that, to be honest, to get towed down here by Ali. And
No, he'll be fucking hating it, just quietly. This man, he'll be fuming. It's very competitive.
Well, I mean, he's P16. Of course, he'll be fuming. He will not be happy with that.
well,
He's hoping he gets that through.
Yeah, he wants to get past. Question is, will Kai Rudin allow it? Or will he just try and use Lamb as a bit of a doorstop between him and Sneakers?
5.6 seconds between Kai Rudin and Sneakers.
Sneakers is right there in the background.
Van Vliet, our current leader though, surely he pits.
Van Vliet's having a solid enough race, isn't he?
30 lap stint so far. Stockton yet to pit as well. I just wish this timing board updated those that have Alt F4 or left the server, because it keeps them in the position they were in when they leave. As you can see, Jake McKellar, 32-minute pit stop. He's in 23rd. No!
nice. He's holding
Well, I
strong,
mean-
Jake McKellar.
Well, I mean, you've got David McNulty Bender with a nice 40-minute pit stop in P33. That's going to get over an hour by the end of this race.
How customizable is it? Can you remove drivers from the board? Probably not.
No. I want to refresh cache, but I got a funny feeling that it might break something.
Stockton's in.
I could try it actually. Just refresh, see what happens. Good luck to me. If it doesn't work, I'm switching over to the other thing.
Alright, well, fingers crossed.
Fingers and toes crossed.
Oh, stream's blown up. That's it. It's all over.
Left him there.
Nice work to Stockton with the bender strat. He was up there very high in the standings. Pits now.
And Van Vliet's in as well.
Van Vliet with the proper bender strat up there at P1 at the moment. Name in lights. Nice work, Marcus.
Yeah, so if they leave the race, it just streams you in the pits the whole time. That's just the way it works, because it's waiting for you to rejoin the server and you'll be in the pits. So 4,000 IQ for that part of it. 1 IQ for the fact that it leaves them up there. Van Vliet out, 53 seconds stop. That
Another one.
has shaken things up a bit as well.
He's in provisional third.
Yep.
Well, he's not in provisional third. He is in
Outright third.
Wow, Van Vliet, take a bow. 53 seconds, yeah, so he's on the same tyres as well. He's going to the end on the same tyres.
Yeah, this is what McKinn's did last night. And the more drivers I see do this to good effect, the more I feel like it might be the play.
Sneakers
Stay out
is
as long as you
closing
can,
in, though.
Convoy. I want
I'll
to
be
see how
doing
long.
that for a start.
Just as long as you can. Like,
Sneak is.
Oh,
no, Rashuti.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Sneak is closing in on Kai Rudin at a fair old pace at the moment. Now gap down to 3.9 seconds.
Is that Piper behind him? Nah, Piper's in a blue disc, and that must be the lapped Nippers, I believe.
Yes, Piper is 11 seconds back from Rashuti. However, Piper only needs to gain a few seconds to get within 10 seconds of Rashuti, because he does have that 10-second penalty.
What is prosciutto though?
what?
Yes, prosciutto.
Did you say
F.
what? I thought you said what is prosciutto?
No, how good is it?
It's better than grinder.
Obviously, there's not much that I'm still a little bit undecided as to whether I enjoy grinder or not.
What do you mean a little bit? You either do or you
Just a
don't,
little.
mate.
Some good-looking boys there, I'm telling you.
Okay, you enjoyed then.
I'm going to revisit that later.
It's not hotornot.com.
Is that a thing too?
It was. But let's move along, eh?
Lamb is still right behind. In fact, it seems he's got Doug Wilson. He's actually working with Kyrune a bit here, being able to get through. As Kyrune gets through some of the lap traffic, he's just following through.
Yeah, as competitive as Lamb is, and as silly as he must feel being down here in P13, I do think he'd be okay sitting right here behind the leader. Even though they're on very, very old tyres, he'll just be happy tucking in behind his mate here and flying along through this blue flag traffic, and he's still on for a top 10. Those guys aren't that far up the road considering Lamb and Kyruden's pace.
Well, Seville and Lee, there's a 25-second gap between them.
Well, 22 minutes to go, and they're doing 2:02. That's 2 seconds a lap.
Oh, that's fastest lap. That's not current.
If they're doing anywhere in the 2:02s, which you would assume Kyruden is probably doing 2:02.5s, around about there somewhere, that's 2 seconds a lap they're gaining on Sabile and Lee. I think it's doable.
Car 420's been given a 10-second penalty for ignoring blue flags now. That's Joshua Morgan at P31.
Lee's
May or
going
may
quicker
not be.
over 5 laps than Lamb.
Oh, there you go.
Sabile, though, yeah, 1.5.
All right, so the 10 might be out of the reach unless something dramatic happens.
Although Lamb is right there with Kyruden. He
Racing
wants
him.
to get a move done.
Let him through, Kyrene, and just do it. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
done it.
Too.
Legend.
Next minute, Lamb bins it, takes out Kyrene.
Oh, no.
No,
Oh,
no,
what are you doing?
No,
Don't do
no,
that.
no,
Can I rewind?
no,
Can I rewind
no.
what I said? No, I have complete faith. It'll be fine. The Lamb's obviously got the pace and a bit of head down, bum up type of approach at the moment, but he'll gap Kyrene here. Kyrene doesn't need to push that hard, as you can see.
Just
the
got
gaps.
to hold his
opened up.
tyres.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to use whatever treads left in those things.
Probably not a lot.
Who else uses Pirelli tyres in real life? Me. I think I had P0s.
I'll say fall apart after.
Oh, you've got your else. What are you
2
using?
kilometers. Pretty sure they hand cooks.
Yep.
I have literally no idea what's on my car. Some Chinese.
You
rubber
drive a
of some
Swift, so
description.
you've got no say anyway.
I mean, I'm driving an old Yaris at the moment, just getting a handle of driving in real life.
What
Great
model
car,
Swift
little
is yours, by the way, JC? Because it's got a wicked shape.
2011 GLX. It does have a nice shape. It's not the best shape that they've got, but you're right. Swifts have a very nice shape. some of the newer models, I think there's about 2018 is around about the peak shape for the Swift. But mine's a 2011 GLX. It does have a nice shape.
Does it do a skid, bro?
It does do a skid. Yes, sir.
Sick.
Very strong handbrake.
I'm looking forward to Saturday. I get to put my new drive shaft in the front.
Yes.
Just don't shaft it.
No.
No. Yeah, they dropped it off at 7:30 at night. What on earth?
Still plenty of time, Peach. Peach is obviously watching the battle between John and Ali Kyrudin. That gap has been sort of fluctuating a little bit over the last couple of laps, and Peach just letting us know that some of the blue flag traffic causing problems for John, which is why he's not necessarily closing that gap to Kyrudin on his old tyres.
That might be why we're seeing a few penalties pop up for ignoring blue flags.
Yeah, still 18 minutes to go though, so plenty of time for those tyres to continue to fry on Kyrudin's car. And if Senekis can pull out the pace he had earlier on, he's gained half a second in the first half of this lap already, so he's coming. It's not over yet.
Oh,
that's a
Van Vliet,
massive
hello.
Whack from Van Vliet on the wall there.
Oh, Herbert's wide as well.
That spooked Herbert. He did very well to control his car, to be honest. What tread do you have on those Michelin's
apparently
bolts?
Lamb's binned it.
Oh, gee whiz.
What have you done, Mole?
You did, you cursed him.
What have you done, Mole?
He's off the
Surely
top
he hasn't taken out Kyrudin.
No!
Oh my god. What have you done?
I'm trying to find him on the He's still on the timing sheet.
Well, he's currently 51 seconds behind Sabil. Oh, he's a minute behind Sabil. That is,
He's packed it in apparently. Fire Lord reckons he's given it up. Fair enough, after the night he's had, has been a bloody shocker. Out into the S's, gets it all wrong, straight into the wall. Massive hit, plenty of damage.
Oh, Kyrudin.
Close, Mal. Oh, Jesus. It has been a shocker for him.
Doesn't always go your way.
And he's dropped out.
Can't
He's,
really blame him, to be honest.
So he's forever in P12.
Yep, he had a poor start and he put it in the pits and he got going again. And then he had another crash and he got in the pits again and he kept going and he kept coming back and he kept on bloody going. So good on him for trying again, but just got too much there in the end, and fair enough too.
16 minutes to go here for Split Ascari. Kyrudin, Senekis, Van Vliet. 1, 2, 3. Who's been the biggest mover at the moment? Charles Clark and John Stockton. Up 13 and 17.
Neil Woods up 17 as well.
Oh, he is too. You just can't spell his first name, but no one's perfect.
Of course, he needs to drop one of the L's.
That's a start. Here he is, though, right on the back of Steve Lewis, who's having a great race, up 12 spots.
Woods looking at an 18th position gain here. He's having a great race, is Neil Wood in the BMW.
Wow, we nearly cursed him straight away.
Yeah.
You two have been on fire tonight. You two specifically. I've stayed away from the curses. You two have been shocking.
Yeah, because didn't you use all your curses up last week at Hungary?
Yeah, I had a fair crack at Hungary.
You cursed the bloody safety car, you did.
Unsafety car. Had a good go in the F1 Series too, and I'm lining up a few for this week at Bahrain.
Please not me. Please not me.
No, you don't need him.
Just ignore me for the whole race, please. Give me the science treatment.
You've had yours for the season, so you're all clear.
Okay, good.
I have a question for chat and those in the commentary box if you'd like to ask or answer. What size rims do you have on your daily driver at home? I'd love to know.
Unsure.
I have 18 by 8.5s, and I'm considering going wider.
Wider. So when you say by 8.5, that's how
That's
deep it
width.
is?
Width.
Width. Like, okay,
Width
so
of
I
the
know what
tyre.
18 is. That's the circumference.
Diameter.
Wait, not circumference. No, thank you.
Circumference is the round and the circle.
Yeah. Or some big rims coming through.
20.8.5. Okay, but that they might be driving off four-wheel drives and shit. Very keen to know. Send them in. My mate is 18 by 10.5s, I think. He's GTR.
I mean, if I had to guess based on the fact that the Yaris is a pretty small car, I wouldn't
go back
expect
there.
it to be massive.
Neil Wood was having a crack.
This is battle for P3, mate. Way more important.
Fair enough then. Get in there, Regan Herbert. He's done it too around
the outside. Oh, around
Into
the
the
chase.
chase.
But
Nice
Van Vliet's
move.
not had enough yet. He's trying to get it back.
He's got some overlap. Not a great spot for overtaking around the outside of the last corner, though. He just has to give up on it, really. So up into P3, Regan Herbert. There you go.
The gap between first and second is down to about 3 seconds again. You know.
Van Vliet P5 in the championship and Herbert P6 in the championship, separated by 17 points. So that could be the difference tonight. Those guys will be tied up.
Stefano Raschudi's during this battle for P3 too.
Again, Raschuti has that 10-second penalty.
True. Those in chat, what car have you got to go with those lovely looking rims? G'day Alex, shout out to all Aussies from Down Under. Well, that's usually where we are. I love the Bondi Rescue YouTube channel. Hello commentators from England, UK. G'day Alex Withington. Bondi is actually made up. It doesn't actually exist.
Same as drop bears, mate. You've been had.
You've been had. Bondi is just a myth.
It's
2018 WRX, nice. 01 WRX, 86. Craig Dale has an 86.
I think the Yaris we've got is like a 05, 06. I can't remember.
Holden Barina is fire there, Brock. Brisbane Bus, 180SX. You sound like my brother, Joseph, with those rims and that car. My brother's got the same. You also got a Toyota Chaser, a 99 model.
You actually drive a bus, Reese Penfold? That's amazing.
It's probably like a some type of a wagon. Very nice. There's some decent cars out there. Nothing's going to beat the Barina though in my heart. Maybe this battle on track will. We have, how long do we have left? 11 minutes?
Yes.
Herbert Van Fleet and a very fast looking Raschuti. Looking for P3 here.
Prosciutto.
Raschuti, a bit of Raschuti on the pizza.
This Lamborghini on Lamborghini action could get a bit spicy, you know.
They sure do, Megan. That was the best era. I have one of those cars too.
Japanese cars.
Mine's just the end point of that. Raschuti. Stefano Raschuti. It's so Italian, I love it. Let's convert Stefano Rasciuti's name to Australian slang. Steve Richard? Am I right? Am I right?
I guess. Sounds close enough.
Are Australia still got it ring Y at Olympic swimming? A good rugby has Australia still got a good rugby team at Olympic swimming? I think they're doing rugby wrong if that's the case. Or it must be a big pool.
I mean, Australia's rugby team isn't terrible by any stretch.
But what
of
are
the
they like in the
imagination.
pool, Alex?
Oh.
Blue flags! Blue flags! Blue flags! Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I don't like overtakes here. Oh, what? Told you!
No!
I can sense it! They're going to take it the back too!
No!
Rashudi's dodged it! Oh my
Herbert,
goodness!
no!
I was just saying that I hate overtaking blue flag cars into the chase. Too much weight transfer.
Oh no, scenes with 9 minutes to go of a mini enduro. Herbert has had such a ridiculously strong race. He's been really quick
My heart breaks.
and has come unstuck, overtaking a blue flag car into the
And
chase.
he's in the pits. Can we
That
get an
is
F in chat there, please?
Multiple Fs coming through.
I am monumentally sad.
Bad luck, Lamb.
Yeah, poor old Matty Lamb had death by 1,000 cuts over the night, but that is a big moment for Herbert. That's really disappointing for Regan.
That's a gun to the back of the head type of effort. Yeah, that's just one of those nights, Matthew. We saw you having a crack though, and you're behind Kai Rudin for a bit. I sarcastically said you're going to be allowed through, then you're going to lose your car and take him out. Well, it nearly happened, and I would have felt bad for the rest of my life.
I thought Rashidi was going to have a go at Van Vliet there into the bloody S's there.
Yeah, so with the blue flags here, I don't really like letting him through at the chase because there's just too much can go wrong. Just roll off the throttle well before on Conrad, even just after the elbow. Just
You've got plenty of space on Conrad to do it.
you're not going to lose anything really, especially when you're not in a battle with another car. It's just
Hello, Rashudi's gone for a move here. Oh no! Help! 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 Okay, he's backed out of it. He's got a lot of pace.
yeah, we need car type, rim size. How's he hold? I'm not sure. He's pretty good with his tyres, to be honest, Kyrudin. That's something he's well known for. He's very consistent. He is losing time though to sneakers, but not enough.
He's just quietly. Nice race here from Mitchell Bendick in P6, if you don't mind.
That's a cracking drive.
Up 10 positions at the moment. He's yeah, really solid race, especially in a Ferrari, which is quite a handful around here.
Well, Charles Clark doing the same thing. He's up 14 positions in a Ferrari. He's in P8 at the moment, so both those guys clearly got a handle on the setup of the Ferrari this week and have done really nicely to plonk themselves inside the top 10.
Yeah, just keeping it as clear as they possibly can.
So stock 17's there on a Ascari's FG Falcon XR6. Stock 17's because he doesn't mod his cars. What, is it really a mod though? Changing wheels? Getting a new airbox or adding an intercooler, or if you've got a turbo, upgrading pistons.
Putting
and
a
all that
big
shit.
supercharger on the engine.
Throwing a straight pipe down there.
Getting it sticking out of the bonnet.
Another question for chat. What's the dumbest thing you've bought for your car? It could be neon lights. It could be fluffy dice. It could be stupid braided seats covers. What's the dumbest thing you've bought? That's not a dumb thing. That is far from a dumb thing.
It has been sitting in my car since I bought it in 2012.
Oh,
No, what's happened here? Oh, Rashudi's here! Oh no! This is Rashudi and Van Vliet. Oh my god, that could have gone worse as well. Is that all blue flag traffic back there causing problems for themselves?
These two are in a battle. These two are in a battle.
So that's for position, but they are blue flag to the cars in front. It's just really kicking off here with 5 minutes to go.
Jeez. No, first aid kit's not stupid at all. I've got a first aid kit in the back of my car, even if yours is 400,000 years old. 18-inch subwoofer. That is gnarly. I have bought neon lights from my old Nissan Pintara. I feel that's pretty dumb. Well, was 18. Oh my goodness!
A bit of door banging. Raschuti and Van Vliet, the two Lambos going at it here for
Raschudi's
P3.
going to be careful there.
The last spot on the podium, Raschuti was well up alongside there with Van Vliet. They gave each other space.
Well, I mean, even if Raschuti gets past, he's going to drop behind Piper because of that penalty he's got.
Righto, you two and chat. I'm gonna love you and leave. A qualifying's about to start.
Thanks, buddy.
So
Enjoy. See ya. Catch you. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Give half an hour here on Kyruden's car. It's under 2 seconds now.
Is that the gap there between the two?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Oh, it's right there, tight. We're on here for the end of this race. Still got 3.5 minutes to go, so anything can happen. But Kyruden is holding well, holding strong.
Every time they come down to the chase, something kicks off with something ahead or behind.
But Rashuti's got the slipstream now, is looking to get the move done at the chase. Well, doesn't look like there's any traffic in front of him, so they should get a clean run. Here's Raschuti up the inside, the chase. Turns into the outside, and Van Vliet's just going to hold the inside line and keep position for now. But Rashuti's going to look to fight back going into the final corner. Looks at the outside, but sort of gets his nose in there, thinks better of it. Be now looking down Mountain Straight. Yeah,
spicy.
Gap between Kyruden and Sneakers, 1.7 seconds. Apparently Ali's really struggling at the moment with the tyres. They are completely gone.
Bono my tyres.
Bono, my tyres are gone.
Still having a hot crack though.
These laps will be crucial, because if those tyres are dead, then you're not going to get a lot of grip from them. And yeah, down to 1.5 seconds. It's closing, but it's not closing enough for Sneakers.
So I have to say this is the penultimate lap here for these two. The whole lot.
Cross that off your bingo list.
HKS coilover some 199 WX, second hand unfortunately rooted. Bought my girlfriend a leopard pattern fluffy steering wheel. That's interesting.
We've got a 10-second penalty for car 99 causing a collision. That is Doug Wilson in P11.
Yeah, that would have been for that previous lap issue.
Here's Raschuti again on Van Vliet. He's just going at it. Piper's slowly being brought into this because these two have just been battling.
Alright, man.
Here we go, slipstream again, down towards the chase. Is he going to try again around the outside, or is he going to wait it out and try and dive up the inside? No, Van Vliet defends it, and defends it well. But Rashuti's going to have a run here. No, not quite. But we are on the last lap of this race, so this is it. Kyruden versus Sneakers. You think Kyruden has the upper hand at the moment on those old tyres. It's a great performance from Kyruden to take those tyres the full race distance.
Yeah, that's a fair effort.
Do have some calls in the chat for drive to a day of Neil Wood. I mean, he's up 18 positions or 19 positions because of Matthew Lamb's stricken car in P12. So that is a mighty effort. But yeah, I think this is just about done for the race win unless something catastrophically goes wrong for Kyruden. But Kyruden will be going through the final sector now, just going through Forest Elbow, down towards the chase now on Conrod Straight. It's driven a brilliant race as, yeah, Sneakers has dropped back a fair way, so...
Oh, I think he might have had a moment, a bit of damage on the front of that car. Not sure if it's from this lap, but maybe just pushing a little bit too hard to try and gain. Either way, though, still a great race.
Yeah, has been a brilliant race here for Ascari, and it'll be the Mercedes of Ali Rudin, who is just entering the final quarter now. He will come across the line very, very shortly, round the final corner. It's Ali Rudin in the Mercedes, winning the heat race here at Bathurst for Split Ascari. John Sneakers comes home in P2. Brilliant race from him, W, but this battle, well, we'll end up with Van Vliet. Oh, that was close. But I think Van Vliet's going to hold it on track unless Rashuti goes for a real aggressive dive, which he does not need to do with the penalty he has. But we'll see. Rashuti has a look around the outside, but Van Vliet is going to hold on for P3, and Rashuti's around.
No.
So Rashuti's going to lose a bunch more positions than he already thought he would. So Benny Piper gets P4 on the road. Rashuti gets P5. I don't think he'll lose any more positions to Bendig. Bendig's still a fair way back.
Mitchell's up 10 positions. Charles Clark
Really?
behind up 15. And Neil Ward up 18 positions in P14.
So yeah, some really strong movers in this race, like Benny Ferguson, P18 up 10, Tom Kidman up 11, and Andre Seville up 11, Steve Lewis up 11, Doug Wilson up 10. So yeah, some big movers in this race.
Who's your driver of the day, Alex?
I can't go past Neil Wood up 18 or 19 positions or whatever he is. Once everything is all said and done, he's just
I'm going to say
kept it clean.
This man, Charles Clark, just because of Wood's issue with that later lap incident. Oh, that's good donuts going on there.
That is fair enough.
Bang, done and dusted. That's completely... If I do this, magical little button.
Green light, give it all you can.
Split Becketts. I'll be 1 second whilst I fix up the PC one. I'll be right back.
And I will hand it over to JP Sneakers and Michael Velasquez. That will do me for tonight. Thank you for having me once again, and
Alex.
I'm looking forward to doing some more commentary this Sunday for the F1 series.
Green light. Go,
Sounds
go,
good,
go.
mate. Fantastic job as always. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. See ya.
I guess that's our intro. Good evening, guys. How are we? Hi, Michael. That was a fairly exciting race. I'm hoping that the Becketts can live up to the excitement.
Yeah, hoping for a great race as well for Split Becketts, and we'll see how it goes.
So we've got 30 out there tonight. 29. That's a couple of race bans for the drivers in Becketts from last week, and the early rounds of the season have added up.
Why? What happened last week?
Not much. Just
Okay, yeah.
How long have you got, JP? If we want to recap what we watched last week, I think it's burnt into our retinas. But who's
Yeah, no, I think this. Hopefully, we get some more excitement this week. It seems fairly close. Have a bunch of guys who are in with a good shout for top 3 here, so I think qualifying should be fairly interesting.
Are you
I'm
hoping
gonna
for rain this
put
time?
my money on Samuel this time round for pole. He hasn't set a lap yet, but he's been improving by just every single race. He gets faster and faster somehow. So yeah, I'm gonna put some credit on him.
I think Gio Coleman's
So
gonna do
last
it
week's
again.
race was won by Samuel at the end there. So yeah, I think in terms of just straight out qualifying pace, maybe Luca still has him covered, but in terms of race pace, Shady is right up there with the fastest guys. So. Firelord Racing saying the steward's office has done some satanic rituals in preparation for Split Becketts, which you put that juju on me, Split Becketts.
Yeah, sorry. RIP to all those goats that were sacrificed in the steward's office about 15 minutes ago. But it had to happen. Jamie Conboy, whispers are that he's going to go as long as he physically can on the first stint. I bet you he doesn't. I bet you he hits within the first 30 minutes.
No, I'll say, let's say 1 hour and 13 minutes into the race.
Is
That's
it
a lot.
physically possible to get to the end without pitting?
I mean, I think you can, but you'll lose probably 4 or 5 seconds a lap with just running the lower maps. So
not worth it. You'll be a lap down
no.
anyway.
If you're doing hypermiling or something, then yeah, you can, but you'll lose so much time. It's not worth it.
What's your go-to, Alex? What's your go-to satanic ritual? Let the fans know. Hey, Rugrass. Oof, that was long but fun.
Yeah, Paul. I think you can do 90 minutes on a tank, but you're gonna have to use some silly map and just lift and coast. Yeah, I mean, Ali did a great job with the no changing tires. I didn't think anybody would actually go for it, especially while leading a race. But yeah, he pulled it off. Was definitely close at the end there, and yeah, John balked the wall a couple of times, pushing a bit too hard towards the end there. So yeah. Quite a fascinating battle to see play out, actually.
Oh, it's good to watch.
You see Giacomin with a 2-minute flat 0.8, which is a very, very fast time. We don't have the graphic up, but I'm assuming the track is optimum based on the lap times.
Yep, Race Lab doesn't show it.
Yep, no, I remember from last time that's when.
It's green, apparently. Still green.
Green track? Oh, okay, well, that's a very fast time on a green track, I would say.
How did you two go last night? Did you enjoy the race? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it was fun for me. Just managed to stay out of trouble and keep it clean. But yeah, it was good fun. Unfortunate that Michael disconnected there. I think it would have been a fun battle.
Yeah, just had connection issues.
His microphone is muted, so I'm not sure if he's having some technical difficulties at the moment.
Wait, is it?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
JP
Yeah.
can't hear you. That's strange.
That
Yeah, I can't
is
hear Michael.
strange. That is strange indeed.
Unless
It's
I
like
have
I'm.
mute. I might have muted actually.
Are you watching the stream, JP, and not in Discord Listen?
No, I'm in Discord. Hold on. I think I have Michael muted from the race. So.
Oh! There's going to be punch-ons in this commentary box. Interesting tactics.
No.
Now I can hear you. No, I mute everybody in the race server. Don't feel singled out, except for the race director.
You know what? That's actually a pretty interesting thing to do. Like, you can focus on your own race and, stay 100% focused on, like, stewards and just your own race, basically. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's just the only problem with it is, and this is a fundamental flaw in the plan, is when you do a mic check, nobody responds. You can't hear anybody respond, so you don't have your mic's actually working.
Oh yeah, well, that's the flaw of it, I guess. There are its pros and cons.
But yeah, just to Brad Cook there with a 2-minute flat 0.7, sneaking into pole there ahead of Luca. Be interesting to see if Samuel, Ralahay and Vintner can improve to get a bit closer there.
BC, what a lap, mate.
On a green track, what did they have for dinner? Like, whoa, that's a fast lap time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the track is about as green as I am a 50-kilo runway model.
You're not? Oh, the immersion's gone!
Yeah, no, it's when you watch my stream on Twitch, that's all a filter.
What filter? That's so good. Oh, what have I pressed? I've done it again. Oh, actually, we haven't seen yourself and John in the room together, so we're not sure if what's going on there. What is going on there?
Sus.
Nothing. Anyway, racing.
We
Yeah,
will
we're
remember
not
that.
the same person. Or are we? I don't know. That sounds shady.
Scarny says it's unacceptable for you to have us muted.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, but just bad luck, Scarny. Sorry, mate.
It is what
If you
it
really
is.
want to talk to him, Scarny, have JP's stream up at the same time that you muted, and just talk to him via the stream.
Yeah, if you type in chat on my stream while you're racing, you have my eternal respect, Scott.
And don't bin it. Or watch out, JP, and bang, hit him. That might not end well either.
No, that's why we have Noski in our split, Mr. Sean Bob now. That's pretty much what we do in practice, is just murder each other. So
Rich is saying that you're a 2023 showroom model. I'd pay money. Also, funnily tonight, I taught JP what grinder is. If you don't know, please don't Google.
Wait, what is that?
Oh no.
You don't? No, never mind.
Never mind. It's pretty funny though.
There's a joke about the lady getting into the taxi and hearing the taxi's ringtone go off with the grinder ding, and then she says, "Oh, my husband also plays that game." So yeah, there's that.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yes, it's
Yeah, I know that joke. So
that's a good one. JC did not know, Paul. That is correct.
Does JC know what Tinder is at least? Is he that educated?
I think he knows more about Grindr now than he does Tinder.
Fair enough.
Funny stuff.
So, with quali drawing to a close, it seems as though Cook has, for the moment, sealed up pole position, unless Luca can pull something out of the bag. Shady Samuel in P3, Rolla P4.
It's going to be
Let's
tight.
see, Luca. One more corner to go. He's on for a good lap here. Nails this, he might just do it. And not quite. 2/10 off.
He was up just before the chase. On his PB, Vincent, who's just been moved up to Pro. P5.
That's very well deserved.
Very well deserved.
Does Race Labs not have a weather widget? Or
It doesn't have weather. It doesn't have penalties. Or class. So
Sconon is saying it's going to rain in 45. I'm not sure where he's getting his information from.
drugs, I reckon. Assuming that the forecast doesn't go to 45, but nice try, Scarny. Oh, that's finished.
So yeah, looking on some streams, it seems as though it is still sunny for the time being. So Sconon can go punch himself in the nose.
And the last one around the track is Rail 8. Currently P4. He's down on his PB, so he shouldn't improve. And that'll be qualifying done and dusted.
I think that's a good qualifying from him. The Porsche doesn't seem to be a particularly effective car here. If you ask Matt Lamb, it's
Especially during the
definitely not very
race.
effective. Yeah.
High fuel here, it hates it. Well, that's the grid. Race Labs is working. Excellent. I don't know why it doesn't work for Sunset Race. It just sort of glitches out. I have to suss out what's going on there, but data is available.
So maybe while we're sitting on the grid, and just run through the split standings very quickly. We have Luca Giacomin sitting in P2 for the race, currently leading the championship with 8 points ahead of Shady Samuel. Ben Vintiner, the recent pro graduate, with 200 points. And then in the Pro-Ams, we have Imran Zolkefli, George Fowler, and Damario Hasnam, all within 9 points of each other. And then in the AM class, we have Damiano leading the AM class at the moment with Rafael Choa and Hugo Chan. And there's only about 20 points in that championship as well. So very close through all the classes at the moment.
Yeah, this is an important race as well, since as most Bathurst races, you probably have to survive, to try to survive as long as you can for this 90-minute race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very much a battle of attrition, just hitting the wall as little as possible and keeping the car going the right direction, and hopefully you can earn a good result from it. Just to answer Drew Griffin's question in chat, we do run a rookie league. They run on Tuesdays. You can go to the website, octaneonlineracing.com.au, and you can sign up there, join the Discord, get in, and you can learn a lot and get faster and meet nice people like Malak and others as well.
Shout out to the setup chat as well in the Discord. Like, there's so much information that you can learn and take for your own good. Because there's a lot of very skilled people, very informed people, and when I was also new joining OR and like racing on ACC, and I read the whole chat history like a book. It was lots of gold, and yeah, for every rookie, for every level of driver, I guess, the setup chat in there is a must read.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks to
You
all
get
those
to-
that contribute to that as well, especially shout out to Meek and D, who's been putting some setups together. It's been fantastic to see everyone helping each other out. And I just wanted to show you quickly the safety car there. And apparently it's been painted a certain colour tonight, Baker pink, as a calming effect for the split. I don't think it was...
like that's gonna work.
Well, the back of it's mostly red anyway.
I don't know, whoever did the delivery, did they watch last week? Are they aware of what happens in the split?
Oh, also they all get two Xanax tablets to take prior to jumping in the car for the race. So
They
Good
have
luck.
to down it with a double Bundaberg. I mean, let's be honest, it can't go worse than last week if that's what they did before the race. So
Well,
Yeah.
it is Bathurst.
yeah, that's also true.
Most of the dramas I've seen so far this round are just self-inflicted mistakes into the wall, up top of the mountain, standard Bathurst behaviour. Some
Cars taking off in the chase.
Yeah, taking off in the chase.
That was quite an impressive disconnect, Mike. I have to admit it was.
Oh, did you see it back, Michael? Did you watch the race back last night, Mike?
Oh, wait. You mean like split?
Yes.
Oh no,
I was split,
I did finish it. Yeah.
But did you watch
No.
back your disconnect on the stream?
No, I did
You
not.
need to go and look at it. It is so funny.
Okay. I better check it as well.
I don't know if have you watched Back to the Future, which I think is Back to the Future at the end of Back to the Future 1. Yeah, just watch that. It's exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same. No difference at all. Spot the
That's an
difference? You
interesting
wouldn't even be
scene.
able to tell.
I think I know that scene.
So just looking at some streams, it seems as though the weather is partially cloudy, mostly sunny, so I don't think we'll be seeing rain, unfortunately.
Famous last words.
I'm not claiming that it definitely won't rain, but I'd be very surprised if it did.
Yeah, this is the only one we've done so far where there's no cloud actually on the forecast. All the others have had a little bit cloud cover. Wheel user. Why did that get held for review? What is wrong with that comment? How dare you say wheel user? Interesting.
Yeah, please watch the language in chat, Skynet.
Yes,
Really.
Carney, please don't say the word wheel.
We don't allow that type of language in here. This is a family-friendly stream.
And also, you're welcome.
So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Just as we come into the chase rather slowly with a flashing Janetta, Brad Cook leading the way, Luca Giacomo, Shady Samuel, Narasaina, Raleigh, Ben Vinton and Luke Johnson, David Barker, Matthew Herrod, Pete Chalmers, and David Bartlett is your top 10. What are the odds on Chaos and Safety Car and Blood and Death and Explosions?
Unbackable favourite here, playing $1. Sports bets, not taking bets. But
So yes.
Yes, yeah, converting that to a word, it's yes. Safety car is not entering pit lane because it's prepared to come back out. This is the final Asia Pacific split for round 4. We wait for green lights. We're going to stay on board with the front runners here.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Camera away. No death yet. Don't know what's going on, but there we go. Tap in the back. McLaren's gone deep, but he's managed to pull it up. Settle pedal, my pretties. And in the background, you can see BMW around. It's only one car.
That looks like Rafael or Gary Lau, I think, in the one-tire tri-beamer. Side by side into turn 2. This always ends perfectly. Shady late on the brakes, hangs it around the outside. I think he's managed to hold on to that. Very well done there.
Side by side through the cutting. Another tight spot. Oh, that's opportunistic.
Oh, that was very well done.
Do that 10 times, you've been it 9 times, so he's got away with...
Oh, put him in the wall. Everybody's still facing the right direction at least.
I can't breathe.
I can't. I haven't done it for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's the dipper coming up, so I'd hold my breath until then.
Let's try some drone cam. Something different.
Brad Cook and Luca Giacomo absolutely cleared off 3 seconds ahead already. Oh, there's the first F. He kept it going, very nicely done. Nobody side by side, so I think we might see too much. This is very disappointing. I know we're not supposed to hope for like destruction, but I mean, we all wanted some destruction.
Yeah, so far no chaos. This is different, but it's a good kind of different as well. Perhaps not for content.
Oh, there we have a yellow flag on the exit of the elbow there. Somebody is very slowly getting moving. I think that is Dion Scarman. So I'm not sure if there was anybody else involved in that. But there we go. Luca Giacomo leading the way from Brad Cook, so he managed to get into P1. Raleigh jumped Shady at the start, and Vinton, Barker, Herod, Johnson, Chalmers and Hasnam running out the top 10. Everybody line is turned, going up that straight.
Dion going very slowly through that turn. I wonder what's up with his car.
It was at the elbow, and the elbow is notoriously wally, so I think he may have been intimate with some walls that did not consent.
Into the pits he goes, while repairing for damage.
Yep, so he's going to be running a 2-stop strategy. I don't think one stopper is possible from here. So, we have Herod, Barker and Johnson here very close to each other. Tricky part of the track to follow closely as well. So Raleigh, ooh, as we see Johnson go across there, keeps it going straight, nicely handled. Seems
Yeah,
as
what a
though-
clean.
Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
there's a
Ooh.
replay. Okay.
Oh, yep, yeah, no, okay, that
Ah.
was self-inflicted, unfortunately, there.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate start, but there's still a long race ahead. So perhaps we'll just keep his head down. And
Ooh,
there's
Samuel.
oh wow, that's a sign. Where did that come from? Did you see the
So-
sign that just
Yep.
yeeted?
Lord, give me a sign.
Cease to
Nope,
be.
yeet! I think it looked as
Oh,
though
no.
Samuel maybe tried to move on Raleigh there and maybe just missed his braking slightly. That's why there was a bit of a kerfuffle going on there.
F for the brake marker.
I don't know if you remember, I think it was about 3 seasons ago, Mole, at Paul Ricard, when we had the speed cone down the straight.
Yeah.
Everybody was maxing out and it was a cone that just came flying past everybody at like 300 kilometers an hour. Still,
It's petrifying.
some say it's still going to this day.
That sounds fun.
He hasn't landed yet.
So, Chicoma currently with the purple lap to a 2-1. It's a very similar pace to what we saw in Split Ascari. Samuel there with a 2:13 on the previous lap, so he definitely lost a bit of time with that. In the chase, shall we say?
See, Lau's in the pits, Scarman 1 minute 49, so there's a fair bit of damage there to repair from that lap 1 incident or 2.
Yeah, he was the beamer that was wide at elbow, was it?
Yep.
No, sorry, at turn 1, wasn't it?
No, that was Lau. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you mean?
Right.
Scarman was the one that was at Forest Elbow.
Yeah, at the elbow, yeah.
So Conboy's dropping a fair bit off the back of Irfan, so I reckon he's carrying a full tank of fuel for sure. Maybe he's even a few jerry cans in the back of that car. As Bartlett.
Viney up the inside.
Viney, sorry. Nice
Very well
move.
pulled up.
Oh, that's a damage return.
Yep, that's seen better days.
That'll buff out. It's not boxing, so that's brave from all.
Irfan was around there. I wonder what's happened to him.
From what I understand, the McLaren does not like damage, so it's quite interesting that he's going to try and keep it going here, Bartlett. I'm sure he'll be hoping to get close enough to making it to the end on field as possible. Ooh, that's putting the nose in there. Well pulled up, fortunately, there.
Replay of.
Is this Irfan? Oh, on the
Oh,
curb.
no.
Bonk. Yep.
You see that happen way too often here. It's quite a common incident.
That curb is incredibly annoying.
Yeah. Spin those rears up, go across the circuit, hit that wall. Nice battle
So
here.
I'm really hoping Luca doesn't improve on his fastest lap because that is just perfect.
Oh, that's OCD's
I
dream.
agree. Brad Cook as well, sort of like
Yeah.
5/10 exact.
Oh, if
I
only
mean,
it was 020. 0202020. That would have been perfect.
I did one lap in the M2 last night. That was a 2-minute 20.020. So that was quite nice.
Very nice.
See George Fowler here in the Beamer. He has Shaquille behind him in a very fast Audi. Oh, that's a bit of a... Oh, well avoided there by Herod. Yeah, he's had a... This has been an eventful lap for him. He's put his nose in some places where it wasn't supposed to be.
Brad Cook.
Brad Cook pinned it.
Pity.
Did he pin it?
Surely. No,
Can't
it's
pin
pinned
it. No,
it.
it's way too early to pin it. Where
Yeah,
did he
shit.
pin it?
Shout out to Matthew's sort of decision to move to the outside instead of the inside, because
Yep.
that way you can avoid the car ahead of him.
I'll be back. They'll be investigating what happened there.
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh,
Holy
much def.
smokes!
Much def. That,
Oh,
whoa, okay.
that needs a safety car, please, stewards. That's the type of
Um,
incident. That is absolutely monstrosity.
All those goats died in vain.
Oh my word, that punt. That's whiplash
Safety
if that was
car.
IRL. And I think that's a safety car here on lap who
Yep.
knows what.
John saying, watch how that started. So I'm assuming there was some rough behavior.
Alright, Alright, well I'll go queue a few replays up. You guys can entertain the crowd because I think we're about to watch some masterpieces.
Lots of people heading into the pits now. We have about 4 or 5 rather.
I don't think any of them wanted to go to the pits necessarily so early. But yeah, that was... I'm not sure if I should feel bad because after the first lap when we were complaining that it was too clean and then that happened. So, I mean, the content is amazing, but are we supposed to feel bad for causing it? Or...
What kicked that off?
It's a double-edged sword, I would say.
That was Chalmers who got absolutely
Deleted, yeah.
deleted.
I know there's a different word that would have fit as well, but that doesn't... It's in the same vein as wheel, so we just don't want to say it.
That was JC that hit Chalmers as well. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that is a massive, massive moment here.
Chalmers versus Johnson out of T1 is what kicked it off. So I'm assuming we're anticipating some sadness, followed by some violence, followed by some more sadness.
Yeah, his diffuser is gone, definitely.
So yeah, it's good for the race because it brings Ralahay and Giacomin and Samuel and everybody back together. So right at the start, Giacomin and Barker managed to put a little bit of gap. We get a replay here. Turn your volume up and just enjoy. Okay, so somebody needs some space. Oh,
That Ferrari was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
yep, and delete. Okay, so I think JC was behind those two cars, pulled out to potentially try and overtake, and got a jump scare with a very stationary Honda. So he's in the slipstream, sees the sadness up ahead, tries to react, and reacts. You chose poorly.
Not that you could have seen too much, but oh wow.
So yeah, I think JC and Pete are gonna spend at least a few minutes in the pits repairing damage because that would have been a fair whack.
Yeah, that's full speed.
See, it's interesting. I mean, again, we don't want to speak for the stewards, but it almost looked a little bit like netcode there between Johnson and Chalmers. I mean, they were a little bit sort of door banging each other, and then it looked as though Johnson got clear. And when there was a little bit of movement, then just
A little bit. I wouldn't say Johnson ran Chalmers off the track. I think yes, might have squeezed him. That's fair to say, but it didn't deliberately run him off the track because he did have space to come back on. But that rear contact, it's 3 wide on that straight. Like, what you're asking for troubles, and if yellow flags are being waved, you've just got to be cautious. And obviously, that's a hill. That's a blind crest. So it's going to be awfully hard to see anything that's happened afterwards. It's just one of those incidents. And yeah, I was right. JC pitted before the 30-minute mark.
That doesn't count. That's okay. You're right on a technicality, but still. Oh well. Okay, Becketts. Well done. Well done. I think Becketts just lulled us into a false sense of security for a couple of laps, and then they're like, look at this.
Yeah. So they've been instructed that they're allowed to do X. And they're allowed to wait for everyone. But Stewart's doing God's work out there. It's not easy to see all that and sort it out. Just gotta be mindful of those who are around you. If they're on the outside of a corner and they're entitled to be there, you've got to give them space to get around. And also, in saying that, if you've got someone on your front quarter panel, just got to be careful not to move over slightly because you can spin them. So it's a bit of column A, column B there. I think the safety car is going to be out there for quite some time, to be honest.
As Alonso said, all the time you have to leave the space.
Yes.
Yeah. Brad Cook is boxing again. So did he pit? He didn't pit earlier when he had his incident, did he? So I think that might be a brave call from Brad because the Honda is very good on fuel. So if he could potentially eke it out to what's it, 73 minutes, but it'll be basically 70 minutes with the safety car. So this might be.
I was trying to see what happened to Cook before that all kicked off. I was just searching for what happened to Cook because he dropped down, didn't he?
Yeah, he dropped down about 5 or 6 positions.
Well, I've got plenty of time to search for it now.
So I think he may have played he's going to be at the back of the pack now, but he may have played a good strategy here to get back up into the top 10.
I won't like watching this one back. This is.
Oh, that's not ideal. Oh, Samuel there as well. Sympathy or... Oh, that's the rejoin by Shady there was Shady. But anyway, I suppose the safety car will be in this lap. It seems as though most of the back markers are catching up to the back of the field. And the calming effect Janetta, maybe it wasn't the right shade of pink, so it only lasted a short amount of time or something. I'm not sure about the mechanics behind it.
Safety car is one of our members.
I think David Cook here still has a chance to win the race even with his strategy because he didn't take any damage as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think he's in a pretty interesting position.
Because yeah, if you pit it now and you've got the damage sorted, you've got your fresh tyres, you've got a fuel tank of fuel, you can definitely get to the end. But being in where's Cook, P23, there's just a lot around you that's probably not up to your pace, so you've got to be very careful not to get caught up and trip over things here.
Yeah, that's the big risk you run with the strategy, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out actually, because yeah, he's going to run all the way to the end.
Confirmed safety car in this lap.
pretty sure I've seen a nasty incident on Mountain Straight before in ACC. It's that crest. It's that crest that just undoes a few cars. Yeah, there's going to be some penalties handed out, but...
Safety car is peeling away, so Luca will be holding 80 kilometers an hour until they get to the signboard that crosses the road, and then he is in control of the field. So there's Chalmers. Honda has been duct taped back together, and put as well. So Luca waiting back in the field up. Different strat, and he goes in the final corner. Raleigh not caught sleeping there. Shady with a bit of a moment there out of the final corner. Shady will be looking to get past Barker here as quickly as possible and try and catch up with that top three.
Few people going wide, but
Saying that he has Viney driving past him.
Shady's made a couple of errors in 2 corners here. Careful of that quarter panel.
Great move by Viney there. Keeps it safe around the outside. He'll have the inside for the cutting. Ooh, Samuel, that's not all he want to hit.
He's making a few unusual mistakes here. There must be something wrong with his setup or tyre pressures. 3 corners in a row, he's just not nailed it. He's dropped 2-3 positions this lap. I swear he was P4.
Yeah, he was behind
Viney's up
Barker on the
12.
restart. Yeah, I don't know. Viney last week as well, he finished P7 or something, avoiding the chaos, so he's doing very well this season. It seems as though Raleigh is sticking with Giacomo so far this lap. Got down to 0.04 or 0.4, sorry. See Jamie Conboy here. Oh, Chalmers. Not sure if he had enough.
yeah, it might seem so.
Disqualified. That seems harsh, okay. Yeah, so that would be for the incident on the mountain straight.
Yeah, stewards are upping their game up, so make sure to hold your brakes when you rejoin.
It is something that's mentioned in the race briefings about rejoins being penalized harsher. But I'm sure Chalmers will just have a couple of extra runs. So Raleigh doing a good job here of sticking with Giacomo. The Porsche is, shall we say, not as fast as the BMW around here.
Still alright, the Porsche at the moment. I'd imagine though Giacomo will gap this after a little while.
Yeah, I think also even in the previous split, Matt Lamb had very good pace. He just also managed to not stay alive most of the time. So yeah, hopefully Raleigh can keep the pressure up and keep the car out of the walls, but they are absolutely dropping Vintner and Barker behind. Viney very close to the back of Barker as well.
Ooh, that Audi is almost off.
Fowler behind Bartlett. Bartlett's still with that. Oof, that's a bit of a wiggle coming into Skyline there, but keeps it together. Yeah, Bartlett's still with the damaged McLaren there. I'm not sure how much that's going to be affecting his pace. Valiant, I wouldn't say the Beamer is OP here. It's strong, but it's not one of the strongest cars. There's quite a few cars that are better than it. So but it's good. It's a good race car. It's not that strong in qualifying, but it has very good race pace. As we see here, Fowler getting a scab. That's exactly what happened to me. It's
Wait,
a
it happened
very
to you as well?
not in the race, but in practice. Going on the outside with the Beamer there, I don't know what it is, but the rear just lets go. That is you, and you can't save it. So yeah, that's a bit of an unfortunate moment there for Fowler.
Oh yeah, that happened to me in the race in the wet. It's interesting off track, but you know, still stayed alive. It's a fairly forgiving place to go off, I would say.
Valiant, just because you're in a GTR that's slow everywhere, don't try and make up that the beam as OP everywhere. It's OP at 2 tracks. Okay, that's it. So yeah, that gap to Ralahay growing ever so slightly. Ventana still dropping back. Barker dropped back from him, but Viney is still sticking with Barker here, showing fantastic pace. Samuel behind him. And yeah, then there's some close catch throughout the rest of the field. No real massive catch at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like everyone is settling pretty well.
Oh, somebody hit the grass there, but happening. So yeah, Valiant saying the GTR is the best car. I've had this question in my mind for a little while. What's the best generation of GTR? So you have R32, R33, R34, and then
R32 GTR.
R32, okay.
I'm biased.
Do you have one, or did you have one?
My friend's got one. I've got a Nissan Stager, which is pretty much a Skyline wagon, which uses R34 and R33 parts. But yeah,
okay.
32, I don't know, just OG.
I do love the R32, but my favorite in terms of design is the R33. So for me, it's the best looking one out of them.
Interesting. A lot of people say the opposite.
Yeah,
But that's why I like. We've all got different tastes.
I mean, the
I like the
R34 is a bit of. Sorry, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, yeah, about the R34. That's also my preferred GTR, but I think it'll be like an R34 and R32 tie.
I mean, I love the way that the R34 looks, but I don't know what it is about the R33. It's a little bit.
It's more
I don't want to
rounder.
say glossier.
It's a
Just-
more roundish.
Yeah, exactly. Just sorry, Pete Viney up into P4, Barker behind him and Samuel. So something has taken place there.
Viney's on a mission.
Yeah. I mean, the original GTRs, like I think it was in the 70s, the original GTRs, this is stunning car overall.
Yeah, my brothers and I, we've got a few of those JDM cars. It just sort of happened that way. Jack's got a 180. So it's got a Toyota
That's a yellow flag.
Oh, slowly into the dipper, a little bit of a boot. Oh, that's Audi facing the wrong direction. Who is that? That is Shaquille.
Big Shuck.
On top there, mate. Done very well to be patient on his rejoin here. Don't drive too far backwards, mate. It's,
Yeah, he's
okay.
done all right there.
Ooh.
Not sure if he was helped in that or if it was another self-inflicted one, but unfortunate moment for him there. The GTR used for Bathurst at one time, the one that KP drove. Wasn't that an R32 base?
That's 92. That was the Godzilla Skyline. That's correct.
It's Herod in the pits there, I think. Not sure if that's a planned pit stop or inflicted. So we see Denaldi with a good run on Wiley here, going up this straight. He should be able to, if he doesn't clear him, at least hold the position going into turn 2. able to slot in ahead of him and take the normal racing line. He does have Jason Leonard Scott in the Pooh-mobile up ahead.
His livery reminds me of the Tenzo for the like.
Yeah.
What was that series again? Is it something JGT?
I'm not sure. Car 789 with a 15-second penalty for causing a collision. Car 789 is...
Bentley
Oh, that's a
is
wall.
sliding.
Okay. He's not going to be
someone
rush
else
hour
is on.
free. That's Brad Cook. His race is not going as well as his quali went. He hasn't died. I don't think he has any damage from that, so it should be fine. Not ideal when you're trying to go 70 minutes on a set of tires to be doing that, but can somebody get a scraper and just remove that Bentley from the wall there at Philly, please? Because that was a pretty solid impact there. As we see Mike Donaldi trying to go around the outside of the chase on JLS. JLS's Aston looks slightly scuffed, so I think he does have some damage there.
They both run off.
Oh, okay. Esports line. Good run there for, who is that in the alley? Is that Aerofun who's recovering? JLS dives into the pits. It's all kicking off here. That's not the Naldi, is it? That's another Ferrari. I think that's Hasnan. Sending it up inside of Wiley, and I have no idea who's who at the moment. Luke Johnson also taking part there. Hasnan off the inside, and Sadness into turn 1. Brad Cook off the track again. Although he does make up 3 positions. That's nice.
I'll deal with the time machine. Are they a lap down?
Yeah, they're all in the race. That's pretty much the only information I have at the moment.
Yes.
So I think Hasnam is the one who stuck his nose up into turn 1. So that would be P23 then. But I'm not sure in terms of, it doesn't state whether they're lap up or down.
Speaking of, in the front of the grid, Gio Coleman seems to be pulling away ever so slightly, lap by lap, from Relahi.
Yeah, it's only, what's it now, 3.8 seconds. So, holding the gap. Bunten slightly dropping off from Relahi. Samuel, oh, I think something has happened to Pete Viney. He has dropped to P9 there. So P8. Must have had a minor incident. Doesn't appear to be too broken. That is Samuel on Barker. Samuel is clear now. He'll be starting to get his head down and try and chase down Bintner here for that final step of the podium. Gorilla Snapper saying Shady booped Viney by the looks of the mirror, so it may have been just a slight touch or something to put Viney wide.
Oh, no, that's not how it worked.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Not a lot you can do.
But he's been having a cracker of a race, hasn't he? It's unfortunate.
Yeah, hopefully not too much damage from that. I think there will be a couple of seconds worth, but hopefully it's manageable.
Oh, that camera is awesome.
I love the... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was just talking about the sense of speed with that camera and just the cars going through there.
That's awesome.
I love this, the stationary one in the dipper. The cars get so close to the wall, that's just a camera angle.
Bathurst is quite an awesome track. I think it's one of my favorites in this in the season, but I've yet to try out the other tracks though. What about you, JP and Neil?
Well, Neil is Australian, so he gets he loses his citizenship if he doesn't like Bathurst. I think is that still how it works, or has that rule been changed?
Hang on. See
Oh,
ya.
never
Catch you
mind.
later.
That's-
Bye-bye. Goodbye. See you.
That's not the racetrack.
Rochford.
That's
Where you off to?
No. Ooh, that's not sure if that's not for position. I don't think. Is it?
I enjoy watching races here at Bathurst. It's a very iconic and historic track. I don't really probably enjoy lapping it as much as others do. I prefer more tracks like Hungaroring, stuff like that. But that's just me. I like Paul Ricard. But yeah, I want to see Simmons Plains in this game, so we do like an 8 hour. But it's about 15.6 million laps in it.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I don't know what the lap timers will be there, but it'll be around the minute mark, I think. I can't remember what the
Yeah.
V8s do.
I mean, it sounds like a fun hot lap track, but it doesn't sound like anything I would ever want to do an endurance on.
I think Talent Bend would be a lot of fun in these cars. That's in South Australia. I think that track, if you used the full layout, is just a bit shorter than the Nordschleife. It's the second longest track in the world if you use the whole thing.
Okay. Is it as dodgy as the Nordschleife, or is it?
No, I don't think you can just go in there at any time and just say, hey, I want to throw my car around this track and bin it. I think they're trying to get it to grade 1 rated.
Well, that's wide by the motor, sorry.
But I think you need 20-minute time to a hospital, close to a neurologist, and accommodation wise it needs to be a bit more closer, so that's why it's a grade A. It's not just the track safety that gets a grade A, a grade 1 circuit. Lots of other things involved.
Yeah.
Transport being a big one. Phillip Island would be amazing. Eastern Creek would be amazing.
John in chat making his opinions of Bathurst clear. This is the hemorrhoid of world tracks. So, to be fair, that's how I feel about Spa. But yeah.
I'm hearing whispers that South Africans don't like Bathurst. Is that true, JP?
You
You could have liked it now.
I've grown to like it, not because of yesterday, but I've grown to enjoy. I don't particularly like hot lapping it because it's so frustrating. But I enjoy racing here. I enjoy the challenge of like not hitting a wall. That's pretty much my only goal when I do a race here is don't get any damage. But I enjoy racing it now, and I enjoy the thrill of like sending it over the mountain full tilt for a quali lap is awesome. But it's not my favorite hot lap track. But my opinions have certainly changed since I've started actually
I
racing.
can imagine.
I've hated it a lot in the past, but learning it a bit more has. I wouldn't say I love it, but I appreciate what it can be.
I just want to
Yeah, I
give
relate.
Sorry, mate. You keep going.
I know, it's okay. I just said that I relate to JP's opinion there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it makes for awesome racing.
I feel like with most circuits, though, if you don't quite like them, once you familiarise yourself racing them and you get some results, even if you haven't liked them in the past, you do start to get an inkling towards liking it.
I
not many
can't
tracks-
see myself ever liking Spa, to be honest.
Ever liking
Lapping
Spa?
No.
Unless if you win the Spa 12 hour.
I still wouldn't like Spa. I'd be miserable for 12 hours and happy for a couple of seconds after winning it.
A couple of seconds! You heard it here first, everyone.
No, I honestly, I don't know what it is about that track. It's not only in this game or depending on the car or something. It's the same thing when I played it in GP Sport. You see the Bentley try and go for the inside there. But yeah, I can't get on with it. I don't. It's slippery. It's famous because it has Eau Rouge, which is a cool corner, and that's about it. The rest of the track is pretty plain. I don't know. For me, it's overrated. I know it's very well loved throughout the racing community, but I don't quite understand why.
I just want to give a shout out to this man that we're watching right now, Matthew Powell. If you're not familiar with Matt, he is one of our ACC rookie admins, does a lot with the rookie series, does a lot of stewarding, helps out around the traps. He's had pedal issues for God knows how long I can remember, and has been unable to race a proper race for quite some time. And would have been listening 2 weeks ago. He sort of said to us he's had enough. He's going to sell his gear and stop racing, just because he's been so frustrated every time he gets decent gear, it just fails on him. We pressured him into pulling the trigger on a new purchase for pedals, and here he is, up 13 positions, looking for another position at Mount Panorama. It's great to see, Matty. I'm happy for you, mate. I just don't hope he doesn't bid it now or just disconnect it, because that's a massive fucking curse.
Is his brake stuck or something? What's wrong with it?
Oh, his old brakes he had, it just kept failing on him. Like, they wouldn't register on his PC properly, they wouldn't read properly, they were blipping a lot, and they weren't cheap Logitech ones. I think they were V3s, maybe? Oh, I can't remember exactly what the... and we've tried to help, but nothing. And you sent him away, got him back, and same thing happened again, so... We just said, bite the bullet, mate. You love sim racing, there's no point giving it up because one piece of equipment's thrown in the tower. It's a passion, it's a hobby. Like, it's like going playing golf and you're playing green fees or buying golf clubs. Like, are you going to stop playing golf because you have a shitty driver? Like,
Yeah, no,
hang in there.
that's-
You stop playing golf because golf's shit. Like, no, golf's not shit. I'm just shit at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a shame when somebody has to miss out on racing because, ooh, very slow by Barter there in turn 1. Maripal is passed up into P9. Oh, no, wait, that's blue flag. Never mind. Good overtake. But yeah, it's a shame when somebody has to miss out on racing. Oh, wait, that is Bartlett. Okay, this thing hasn't updated yet, sorry. Yeah, it's a shame when they have to miss out just because of, like, technical issues. You know, it's...
Absolutely.
So it's good to see him back on track.
Yeah, happy for Matt.
I was wondering how long it would take after you mentioned pedals for VRS to appear in the chat from Gorilla Snapper. It took longer than I expected, actually. I think his contract might be up for review after that performance. But yeah, when you mention if you mention pedals 3 times quickly, then Gorilla shows up behind you and shouts VRS and disappears.
I like my Huskies, but I don't like slagging off gear that is a rival if there's nothing actually wrong with it. So I actually don't mind VRS either. I've seen so many boisterous, happy people when it comes to those VRS pedals, no other than Michael Babb, the leader of the cult of the Church of VRS. But you can't really go wrong with quite a lot of those high-end pedals. And those would be my 2 recommendations. Husky Sprints or anything VRS.
Husky Sprints, Husky being a nickname for Heisenfeld.
Heisenfeld, yeah.
Okay. Just I thought Husky was like a brand I haven't heard of. I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's got a K in there somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, by all accounts, that's the pedals to get, really. Although it does seem as though the VRS and this, what's the new one, the Invictus or whatever, apparently that's also quite a special pedal. So, I don't know. I race on a G29 and it works for me, so anything would be an upgrade, I guess.
Likewise, anything would be an upgrade for me as well.
Yeah, what pedals are you running there, Velasquez?
His left finger.
Yours are very light on your feet.
Don't even use my feet.
I'd still use it. I still use my feet just out of, I don't know.
The question is, do you lean when you turn?
Depends whether I'm immersed or not.
Okay.
But yeah, I try to keep my hands still though, otherwise they'll cramp up.
Yeah.
It's always my favorite thing when you give somebody who doesn't really play games a controller on like an Xbox or something, and you put something like Forza or some kind of racing game on. They always turn the controller without actually turning the joystick when they start, and it's the best thing.
Oh my goodness. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't seen one of that. That's hilarious to see and to imagine.
Yeah, that's right,
Oh,
baby.
I have something to share. Back in at least the older games, I think R Factor 2 still does this anyways, I'm not too sure. But I remember driving the NR 2003 NASCAR game, and back then my steering wheel was not going so great, but the pedals were doing alright. So what I did was, I had my controller as the steering wheel, and I had the pedals from the Logitech Wingman Formula 4 GP as my throttling pedal. And honestly, I think that was one of the best experiences I've had. Like, it shows how important pedals are, especially when you're like, sliding and trail braking, and just there's something. I mean, investing in pedals is probably what you should do as a sim racer.
Yep.
Yeah, pedals before wheelbase. Drew Griffin, nothing wrong with the old G29 pedals. Funny story there. I used to own a G920, which is the Xbox version of the G29. That's what I started on. I got the spring upgrade kit for that, which is only like $50. I can't remember what it was called. GTI, I think it was called. And loved those pedals. They did what I wanted. Then I upgraded to the Thrustmaster TA 3P Pros, and I hated them. They're like a $400 pedal, if not more, and I preferred the G920 pedals any day of the
We
week.
are at the halfway mark.
So much
Still a way
so,
to go.
I used them probably for about 2 months and sold them straight away. Then got the Fanatec V3s, which are a fantastic pedal, by the way. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Pentiometer pedals, but if you really want that proper brake feel, yeah, you can't really go past load cells, whether they're the cushy pads or the springs, the hydraulics. And as Babby said, if you spend $1,000 on pedals, you're gonna get something decent. If you don't and they don't work, that gets around the traps pretty quickly, and sim racers will find that out and they'll just avoid it like the plague.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I'm on the G29 stock pedals without the kit and stuff like that, and it works fine. It's obviously like you said, the brake feel is nowhere near as close to hydraulics or load cells or something like that, but it's good enough to get the job done. And you learn to adjust to it, to still be able to trail brake and stuff like that. As we see Brad Cook here already back up into P12, moving past Vladimir Malik here into the chase. And by all accounts, he might still be able to make it to the end of the race without pitting, so he could be in for a good result.
Could be. Slam, yes, it is a complete pedal spring set. Basically, you get any spring that's a bit stiffer to put in these pedals just to get a bit more, so it's not as light underfoot and you get a bit more feel for it. But I'm lazy, so I just went and got the GTI pack, and it gets it for the clutch, the brake, and the accelerator, but you don't really need to change the clutch. Clutches and sim pedals I've never really liked anyway.
It's just a footrest, basically.
It doesn't. It never feels the same as the one in a car. The one I've got now probably does, but no real game or car and racing uses it.
Yeah, Gorilla or Babby making a good point. John's pedal, his rig is, shall we say, interesting. When he brakes, firstly his pedals aren't bolted down, and he had a Thrustmaster TC or TLMC or whatever the wheel is, and when he removed that and got the G29, because the power supply for his Thrustmaster packed up, he removed the pedal, the plate as well, which the wheel sits on. So he sits in some kind of weird Roman torture position, basically, like leaning forward with his legs like stretched out, and his pedals aren't belted down, so when he brakes really hard they move around, and every time he brakes the middle of his rig picks up. He has like a GT Omega old one, so the middle of the rig just lifts. It's like the cheapest motion rig you've ever seen, pretty much.
Wow, it sounds like my old rig where I snapped two of the the plates where the wheel sits, so you can actually lift the wheel up as you're racing. It wasn't great. But if anyone's upgrading and it already has a wheel, I always recommend doing a rig first, especially if you're really keen on sim racing and you have the space. Because you can mount things to it, you can upgrade as you go. It's going to be a permanent fixture for your stuff. But again, obviously you need money, you need the space.
It's really close there by Chua. Yeah, I race on I have a Playseat Evolution, one of their cheap sort of base rigs, and the arm that the wheel is sat on is bent to the left.
Shit.
So it's immersion. It's like a very old Italian sports car. It's just that type of immersion. That's how I see it. So it works pretty well. I mean, for the price, like my whole setup, rig and wheel and pedals and everything is like $500. So I can't really complain too much.
Speaking of, my brother actually has a pair of VRS pedals, Snapper. Thought you'd want to know that. He does a lot of drifting. He's not much of a competitive time driver. He's more of a drifter, and he's fucking good at it. I can't do it. I don't know how he does it, especially in a game.
Yeah, it's something I struggle with quite a bit. So we see Rockford here. He's struggling a bit with that damage that he's taking, dropping it down a little bit, but he's still running in P12 at the moment.
Poor JC. Lap down. Obviously, he's got the pace now. He's feeling confident and comfortable out there, but battle for 12th between Shua and Rochford.
Right.
I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but sun seems to be on a break for now, and it's a bit cloudy. So, would you bet on the rain? On the rain coming in?
Checking on the
or
forecast, it says overcast for the next 30, so there's no rain yet, but maybe a little splash at the end. We'll soon find out what happens over the next 9 minutes.
Looking at Viney's stream on his ACC Drive app, and there's no weather prediction, or no rain prediction.
Shut up, Scani. Keep it sideways says, I made a sim rig at home, best thing ever. What did you make it out of it? Metal, wood, or PVC piping? Because I've seen a lot of rigs out of PVC piping, and they look pretty cool. I just wish
The
I had some.
bones of his enemies.
Bones of his enemies. You're assuming that he has enemies.
Not
Maybe it's-
anymore.
Maybe it's
They're
bones of his
respect now.
family.
Oh no, that took a dark turn.
It did take a dark
Anyway,
turn.
racing.
Josef Fritzl. I mean, just take it more. I just took more. Oh, where have we got? I'm lost it. Sorry, guys.
Second worst thing to come out of Austria. Anyway, Rochford's still going. He's not boxing yet to repair the damage.
Wood, metal,
Wood,
and
metal.
old car seat. Perfect. If you're that crafty, like, go for it. You can do whatever you wanted if you have that much talent. I don't even find time to bolt on a pedal box to mine. A button box to my rig. Well,
Oh, Chua! Oh, saves it, keeps it out of the wall. Very well done there. That was a great save. That could have potentially been a fairly painful impact there. See Irfan here, right on the back of Fowler. Matt Powell not too far ahead. I think Matt Powell has just gotten past these guys in the last couple of laps. So making his way downtown, driving fast.
he is.
Sorry,
Just over the crash.
Good song,
I was on
that.
a road trip on Tuesday and I listened to that song in the car, so it's just like in my head.
It reminds me of Terry off Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's
Love
Terry
it.
Crews,
Absolutely love it.
in white chicks.
Yeah, so good.
Amazing.
Gorilla says, I've seen some epic PVC tubular rigs. Yes, there's some great tutorials on how to make them out there.
I guess it saves you some money if you make your own rig. Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
it saves a lot of money, but you got no one else to blame if you don't do it right. You sent me the wrong part, or I didn't get any. What the actual fuck did I?
There's an
That's
anomaly.
right. What happened there?
If
Oh no.
Whoa. Okay, did you just have a brake failure or something?
Well, I'll go-
What on earth?
He's not going to be in the sequel, I don't think.
I don't think that one is going to buff out.
Oh, Samuel with a drift there. Oh, saves it. What a drift. Very well done.
I still haven't processed what happened to that, but
The Honda went into a wall.
Screw.
and what are the chances of getting that on camera as well?
I think he's had a tech issue there. But
Yeah,
we'll
he's
see.
in chat saying F, so I'm assuming it's some kind of technical difficulty. Game crashed.
Let's hope, because anything deliberate like that normally incurs the wrath.
Whoa,
No,
that's
he's saying in chat that his game crashed, so... And I need you.
that's
Whoppa! No, you didn't kill anyone, Brad. Don't worry. It was quite impressive because it was on a different camera and you just zoomed across the back, which was quite funny. But no, you didn't
Yeah.
kill anyone. Yeah, there's no steering input or anything. Oof. Okay,
yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Well, that's a lot of damage. Brad, no, you've made us all upset though. I'm disappointed. I'm
Oh,
leaving
Gio
I'm leaving
Coman
that.
in the pit. So the leader has pitted. Now we have a new leader with Relahi in the Porsche.
Luca, I don't think Luca changed his tires. His pit stop was only a minute.
Yep.
So I don't think he changed tires.
That's a brave move. Would you try something like that? A 90-minute race in Bath?
It worked pretty well for Kairuda in the previous race, so yeah, I think it's worth the risk, especially with a big gap he had.
Also, Brad, whilst I got you, I fixed the Patreon issue. You were on the list. You were just down as your initials. So that's just on your account. You've put your account down as BC because it's copy pasta when I added onto that. So I've manually updated that to say your name. So much love to you and thank you very much to all our patrons. If you don't see your name in purple on the Discord, it's because you have not connected your own Discord to your own Patreon. That's why it won't show. So triple check that before you message. If you have connected it and it's still playing up, which it should now because I fixed it, give me a message anyway.
Have fun with the move on Pal there, down the Conrad. Good side-by-side racing by the two of them. I think we might see one of them jump into the pits. Will Pal do that? Yes, he does. Such a silly pit entry, this. Why didn't they just make it a normal turn?
Who knows?
It's the most Australian thing. Like, we can make this easy, but let's make it one to kill you, because, yeah, nah, that's what we do.
Oh, exactly. There's all the room in the world to make that whatever we wanted to, but nah, let's just do the left here and a right here and a left here and a bump here. You'll figure it out. It's not the worst pit entry though.
You know what happened is it was designed by the designer as a normal turn in, but he was a dick to the track builders and they just built it in one day when he wasn't there. And then they didn't want to change it anymore, so he's like, fuck it. We're over budget anyway.
We'll leave
it's
it
fine.
anyway.
It'll do.
It's there now. The old Paul Ricard pit entry is pretty poor, but that's been updated IRL, but it hasn't been updated in the game. So that's the one we'll be using at Paul Ricard 8 hour. The old Kmart car park turn in.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like, it's not. There's a couple that are a bit worse, I would say.
Zolder's not much chop.
No, I'm not. Between Kailami and Lagunas for me is the worst. Kailami has that really sharp corner as well, especially if you have like the first pit box.
Yeah,
It's almost impossible to get it there.
similar to Laguna, hey.
Yeah, I think Laguna is a bit more deadly than Kailami though, because it has that weird little
The
dip.
dip. Yeah, the dip that make you spin, lose your ears.
Yeah, Tom, it was designed by a designer and was built by a builder. So, join us next week for more facts by Peach.
Don't worry about these Bender facts. We've got Jeep facts. I heard you don't like Jeep.
I don't mind Jeep. Everybody seems to think it upsets me. I don't mind it. I was more upset when I got the nickname Peach initially because the freaking boss kept calling me the wrong thing at work. So that was more upsetting than Jeep.
Yeah, there's worse names than Jeep.
So Ventana is still out front, but he's obviously still needs to process a pit stop. I don't know if you can hear my baby in the background.
Yeah, I thought it's Bender at your house.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's my mother-in-law is here, so they're playing outside.
Hello, Mrs. and Mrs. Jeep. It doesn't work, does it?
No, you're the boss, so I'll let it go. But
Oh, I've got to be careful doing that. That's nearly blocking. You've got to defend one way. You can't come straight back across the other way.
don't think Barker is close enough here to get a side-by-side into turn 2. I think Samuel just managed to overtake, so we'll be hoping to try and build a little bit of a gap again. Not sure if he had a slow. I don't think he had a particularly slow pit stop. He's still behind Bralahe on track. Well, he did have a 8 seconds longer pit stop.
Peach's favourite car is the Mitsubishi Triton.
That is factually incorrect.
It's the Jeep Cherokee Classic. Is that a car?
I think it's just called the Jeep Cherokee. I don't think the Classic is part of it.
I'm going to add a Classic in there. It sounds way better.
That sounds more class.
Maybe not.
No. The Triton is absolutely... Ooh, Irfan, this is going to be fairly tight. No, it's not quite side by side yet. Yeah, the Triton is an abomination of a vehicle, I'm not sure. Oop, there's the esports line again.
That's an interesting secondary and trim color on his car.
Interesting is another word.
It's less
Jayless is actually
direct.
blind. He's actually Stevie Wonder in a car. He actually races by braille. So when he paints his cars, I sometimes think your brother's like that, JP.
His guide dog is on the pedals. Yeah, I think it's some kind of sickness that makes them do it. So I'm not quite sure. Ooh, cameraman is drunk, but he has caught up now. Matt Powell, after his pit stop, has dropped back down to P13, right on the back of Damiano.
Thuccolini, who was mentioning lettuce on pizza earlier in chat.
Lettuce on
I
pizza.
really worry about you, Damiano. And then he said banana.
I agree with the banana part. Banana on pizza is better.
Yeah, but
I don't think enough people has tried it.
If it's a dessert pizza, I agree. But if you're doing it with like bacon and cheese and stuff,
It's amazing.
Oh,
Have you had a toasty, like a toasted sandwich with bacon, cheese, and banana? It's incredible.
I can't say I have.
You need to try it.
I'm one of those that has avocado on toast. That's why I can't afford a house.
I'd have to sell my child basically to have that.
In saying that, avocados are extremely cheap down this way at the moment. I'm not sure if there was some issue in a factory somewhere, but they're pretty much giving them away. They won't last long. Banana and Vegemite pizza. I can deal with the Vegemite, but banana.
So there's a YouTube channel called Guga Foods. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but he does dry aging experiments on steaks and stuff like that. And they did a dry age with Vegemite, and apparently it's pretty incredible.
Gonna have to have an OOR meeting one night where we make our own pizzas and trial them all. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not touching a pineapple though.
You just want to slap people who put pineapple on their pizza.
Yeah, I just want to see their face.
Okay.
See who that I'm slapping.
Look at them condescendingly, basically.
Tuna
My
and
God.
prunes? Yeah. If you feel like toileting for the next 3 weeks straight.
I mean, tuna on pizza is not too bad. But
Prunes though? Oh dear.
oh, side by side here by Pal and Tercolini. Pal is through. Back into P11. Brad Cook running in P10 at the moment.
Just want to give a shout out to Muhammad Irfan. I think he's overcut Ralahi, so now he's in P2 and in a very great position as well.
Surely
Yeah, that's a good shot because he's pitted already.
that can't be right.
Well, he's done 23 laps on this set of tires, right? And 23 laps is about...
Oh, hang on. Was he one of the
there.
drivers that pitted during the safety car?
Yes.
Wow, that is a big ball of move. We're wondering how it worked out because Brad Cook was another driver that did it, but we saw him turn into an ICBM a few laps ago and obliterated turn 1, so we didn't see how that eventuated for him.
Yeah. Benjamin Carud has seen a durian pizza. Yeah, you see durian in all kinds of stuff around here, so...
Bendy! What is... Okay, I'm going to sound dumb, but what's durian?
It's the very stinky fruit. It's called the king of fruits. It's like the big spiky one with the... Sort of it's...
Sounds horrible.
It's... I would say it's an acquired taste. It's actually not too bad, the taste. But it's incredibly stinky. And it's like almost a custardy kind of texture, the fruit inside.
We also
Very
had durian and mutton bird pizza. If you want stinky. Don't know if you had mutton bird before, but it stinks when you're cooking it.
I have not. I did, however, I had a durian tree about 100 meters away from one of my old houses. And it drove over it, and I couldn't leave my windows open at home because the smell would come in.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
It's quite a strong smell. It actually,
Yeah.
honestly, the taste is really nice. I know I'm not really selling it particularly well, but the taste is actually really not bad.
Nah, you haven't sold it.
I'm born and raised in Indonesia, but my Indonesian relatives will like disagree with me, but I'm the only one who hates durian in the family. I just can't stand the taste and the smell as well.
Yeah,
If you're listening, family of Velasquez, please don't disown him.
I would say durian is the Vegemite of the fruit world, basically. The sort of or Marmite, the Marmite of fruit world.
You better say.
You're either on board, ooh, JLS is...
Not on board.
No, it's anti-durian.
The steering is bent as well.
Yeah, and that bonnet, he has that active arrow going on the front there. Not sure he's gonna stay out much. But yeah, Benjamin lives in China, so he sees much weirder stuff than durian. Yeah, I'm not sure if they eat much weird stuff in Indonesia, but like what's that thing they have in the Philippines? The duck egg with the...
Oh, we call it balut.
Yeah, balut. Yeah, that is something that I just refuse to ever try.
Same, I agree with you there.
What is it? Off egg?
It's a
I've seen it.
a fertilized egg with basically like a duck embryo inside of a boiled egg kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's pretty popular there.
Yeah, no, I've eaten spiders and I've tried a scorpion and stuff like that. They don't taste like much. It's just more that that's all fatty. But yeah, I definitely would not try balut. Replay here of JLS. No, that's not Jalis. That's the Bentley. That is Rafael Choa, who has said hello to the wall. Does this? Does it get? Oh, Jace. Oh, okay.
That's what happened to Jalis. Yeah, Benny's lived in nearly every single country ever. Very cultured man is Benjamin.
That's a nice experience.
I mean, if you're talking French food, then escargot is just one of the best things ever.
I thought it was boring. I enjoyed the bread I had it on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like the really garlicky butter
Yes,
sauce. And you get like
yes.
fresh bread with that's so good.
It's so good, but that would be good without the escargot on top.
Yeah, but the escargot does have some flavor to it at least, and it's an interesting texture.
It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I tried that
I
once.
mean, it's gross. Like it sounds very gross when you describe it and stuff like that, but it is really tasty.
Yeah, it's not your normal garden snail.
No. Tomato sauce sandwich. I mean, I've had so many tomato sauce sandwiches when I was growing up as a kid. So.
Or a chip sandwich, an actual crispy chip.
Salt and vinegar chips with cheese on fresh bread is just amazing.
Welcome
Man,
to
you guys
Octane
are making
Online
me
Food.
hungry.
Yes, this is called OOF, Octane Online Food.
Unfortunately, the field has spread out a little bit.
has.
So there's a whole lot happening.
We've only lost one car all night, though, which has been the least amount of cars lost for any split so far this round. So they're getting some good time out there.
Samuel, this is about the closest gap on track at the moment. Samuel closing up on the back of Lincoln. Eh?
Eat a wrap with only tomato sauce.
Interesting.
Interesting or just
Disgusting.
awful?
Oh,
Oh, Samuel.
Interesting in a
Not interesting in a interesting kind of way, more interesting in like a interesting kind of way.
yeah, in that way, pretty much.
Interesting is as in, are you okay? Interesting.
Do
Yeah,
I
that's
need to
interesting.
call somebody?
Man, some of y'all need new friends. No, you keep
that's an
those people
appropriate
close
response.
to your burger.
When the zombie apocalypse comes, they'll figure out what to eat. It won't be tasty, but you'll be able to eat it.
Oh no, I've just witnessed something.
Was there more sadness? Oh no, Matty Bell! That's a wall, Matty. That's a wall. Oh, he's getting out of the way. Where is this? This is... Oh, on the top of the mountain.
It's an interesting camera angle. I haven't seen a camera like this before.
Oh, there's another Vente coming. How much damage does he have, and how did he manage to end up there? Those are the questions that we need to ask.
Oh, I'm gonna get an inbox. You bloody cursed me.
To be fair, we haven't mentioned them in ages, and that was a very delayed case. Pete Winey here, after his incident earlier, still up in P8. He would have been happier in P4 where he was before. Get another view here, Maripal coming through with Philamy. That's a
Whoa.
weird incident.
Yeah, it was already out of it mid-corner.
Yeah, I'm assuming he clipped the inside curb there because I remember the Bentley does not like that. But if he didn't, then that's a very, very weird incident. No, he was just...
Oh.
That's a strange one.
Yeah, lost it on a bump or something.
Indeed.
Paul Burger eats mashed potatoes with pickles. Okay. So
I'm not
when
sure
you're
how to feel
saying
about
get
that.
new friends, are you one of the friends we're replacing, or
Yeah, he's saying that when they need new friends because of the things they eat. You eat pickles. No one
I mean,
has
pickles?
friends with pickles.
Pickles are good.
I try
Pickles and
to,
mashed potatoes.
I try to get
Definitely
into
not.
pickles.
But you
I
can
can't.
open the bottle. Or...
Nah, I couldn't open the bottle. Also, I throw them out of my cheeseburgers or Big Macs.
What? That's the best part of
No
a
way.
McDonald's burger. Pickles
Big-
the best part of a McDonald's burger.
Big Mac. Okay, what I do that's probably weird is any burger I get, I'll obviously get chips with it, but I put the chips in the burger.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the. That's what you do. That makes perfect sense to me.
Oh,
but
good, because that's goaded. Well, I don't know where I learned that from, but I've been doing it for a decade since I found that out.
Haven't tried that yet. We'll try that out.
So just open up your burger. You got 2 flaps in the burger. Tip the chips into the other side. Take off the top part of the burger. Throw the chips on top as much as you can. Squish the top down. Thank me later.
thing is, the one thing that's better than chips on a burger is hash browns on a burger.
I'm not a hash brown fan,
hash
but
browns.
I can see why that is. Yes.
I don't know if they have it in Australia. They don't have it here in Thailand, but in South Africa we had the Tower Rounder from KFC, which was like the classic chicken, but it had a hash brown on top of it, and it was just the best thing.
Are we going to have a best moments of 2022 montage? And how much will it be taken up by Mole having a meltdown trying to find Scar on Shuey? Well, I was.
Oh,
You
hello.
bastard.
Oh, shady! Oh,
That is a lot of damage.
That is a very broken BMW.
He's turning right to go straight.
That's going to need about 7 sledgehammers.
I think
Oh, wow.
duct tape is not going to fix this.
The car behind
He's-
us being
he's-
very cautious. Where's this beamer going?
He can't see the steering input, but he knows it's broken. The force tells him that something is fundamentally broken on this BMW. Ooh, shady. Shady.
What makes you say that?
Shady.
Hang on.
You okay? Oh, you okay, mate? Oh, nailed
Wait,
it.
wait. Is his rear view camera broken?
I think it's in all the cars. It's been off. I'm not sure if it's a
Oh, I've only just noticed that. Is that off for all cars now? Bullshit.
I think so. Maybe try another one, but
Oh,
he made it. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, well, we got there.
Okay.
Sorry we had to watch that back, but... Oh, well, there you go. I don't know when I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, butts
I'm not
clenched
sure if
from
it's
that.
something you have to turn on maybe in a second or something. I'm not sure. Because you see the virtual mirror is off as well on the Bentley there.
Oh, yeah, I turned that off for the
Might be-
broadcasts.
Might be a graphical setting, yeah.
F in chat. Please go back to the potato products chat. Potato gems are baller. I remember you having those as a kid, flat out, and then obviously move out, you get your own food. And then I forgot what they were. I have like, oh, what
Yeah,
was
what-
that
what-
thing? What was that thing I
What is
used
the
to eat?
potato gem?
I'm like, oh my goodness, I found them. So good.
Okay, sorry. What is a potato gem? For us non-Australians.
Essentially a hash brown, but like a little ball. Little like an oval-shaped ball thingy.
So like a croquette kind of thing.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Oh,
delicious.
That-
A mouth-sized
that
hash
sounds
brown.
nice.
Am I right in saying that, Tom? Or I have a described
Mini
it?
cylindrical hash browns. Okay, that's a fairly,
I'll take that.
fairly accurate
Cylindrical.
summary.
Cylindrical. That's a great word, Scarnell.
That's just like tater tots?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tater tots. Okay, got it. Okay, Zach Graham confirming that in chat. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, tater tots. I prefer bigger hash browns over tater tots, but yeah, they're good.
It's not the size of the hash brown, it's what you can do with it. Peach?
Well, the tater tots don't fit on a burger nicely. A big hash brown sits better on top of the chicken.
Holy shit, I just realised hash browns have nothing to do with actual weed. No.
what?
And you're telling me I'm a child for putting my chips on a burger?
Just quietly, Nick Miller, who is an AM driver, by the way, is sitting in P6.
Irfan's apparently AM too.
Yeah, but is he?
Depends on the day. I don't think
Yeah,
he's got
still
as
in
much,
P2.
not as much experience in ACC as he does in other titles, but he's definitely getting there, definitely improving. Irfan.
He's run the Giga Chat strat today. That's worked out to getting up into P2.
Yeah.
Raleigh is closing the gap slightly, but I'm not sure it's going to have enough time to catch all the way up. But yeah, Miller, Viney, both having fantastic races. Rochford back into the top 10 as well. Brad Cook, who left the race a couple of laps ago, still hasn't dropped out of top 11. I'm not sure how that's possible.
Oh, that's right. As I was saying before, the thing with Race Labs is if a driver disconnects or leaves the server or whatever, wherever they are is where they'll stay on the graphic.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
If you look at turn 1, you'll see a car that's still there and it's not moving. Fairly sure that's Cook. So yeah, it'll be accurate at post-race timetable, but not on the graphic. I don't know why that is, but just one of these little bugs we have to deal with for now. We may not use this overlay for the endurance race because team name is extremely important. I wish we could though. There's a lot of information on there that's so handy for commentators, especially with stints.
I mean, Paul Berger here with the Mega IQ, 1000 IQ strat. Just get to P1 and then disconnect and you'll win because you'll still be in P1 on the leaderboard. I think he's had one too many of those hash brown.
What's in your pickles, Paul? But look, yes, technically, if you get P1 at any stage, disconnect straight away, and you'll stay on the leaderboard here for the majority of the race. If that's how you want to play it, then look, you do you. But I'll probably quickly do this, followed by this, and instantly, your little tactics gone.
Ah, you have been outsmarted. You have been bamboozled.
But no, I do wish that they fixed that. There's a few things I need to add, but it's definitely an improvement nonetheless.
So this is separate from or completely different to the what was the other one, the ACC TV, correct?
Yes, ACC TV to me was a little bit too cartoonish.
Yeah.
It crashed.
Yeah,
a little
this
bit
looks a bit more
iRacing-ish.
stylish, I would say. Yeah.
We obviously haven't touched the CSS on it yet, so we haven't customized it to look more on brand. This is just straight out of the box. So this is the bare bones system of Race Labs. So if you're interested, check them out. We're not sponsored by Race Labs or anything, but
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Mull is fun until F1 black screens. Mate, I don't think I've been so annoyed in my life. I had a really shitty week last week, and that was just the cherry on top.
Irfan in the pits.
Irfan in the pits? Oh, he hasn't underfield, has he? Or he's just binned it? That's a quick stop.
It's a quick stop, so just a splash and dash. Alex Withington, this is Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Competizione. Still gonna make my phone.
Yeah, we do a lot of cool stuff. Safety cars, bender rejoins, a bunch of other stuff. That's good fun. Michael Velasquez flies into the sky. We have all kinds of fun stuff
We
happening.
have missiles into turn 1. We have...
Wait, was that caught?
What, your takeoff?
Yeah.
It was smooth.
Yeah, that
Smooth
was
as
hilarious.
silk.
I think it turned into a helicopter because once you were off the air, you were disturbing the dust on the gravel track.
It was so
Oh
funny.
wow,
So funny.
that's interesting. Yeah, I better watch that after this.
Oh, that almost looked like a wall there by Parker. So, Irfan's still running P4 even with the pit stop. It's going to be a nice fresh tires as well. So, I don't think he's under too much pressure from behind.
Yeah, especially if you're in an AM class, you're probably the class leader. I'm not sure if it's the case. Yeah, if you're the. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Nick Miller is in second. Irfan is the leading AM at the moment.
Concord
Yeah.
might come back now.
If you're focusing on the.
But on the standings, Irfan is a pro. So I'm not sure if I'm missing something. But on the standings on the website, he is listed as a pro. So if that
might be. I'm fairly sure he's meant to be pro-am, but I'll triple check it.
If that is the case, then Miller is currently our leading AM.
Yes.
And the next AM after that is Damiano Fercellini. So this should, if things stays as they are currently, I think we will see Nick Miller potentially move up a couple of spots in the AM class. Who is that? Shaquille back in the pits.
Yeah, this field's very spread out. Alex plays ACC CSLDD. I haven't heard of that title. Have you played that one?
No. I'm assuming those are two separate things.
I'm assuming he's missed about 8 words. So I think Alex plays ACC on his CSL direct drive wheel.
Is he using YouTube chat with telegrams and he gets charged per words? So he's just trimming it down.
It's very cryptic. That's a wheel mull. I'm well aware of that, but I've never seen anyone say they play ACC SimiCube Pro 2.
I play ACC Logitech G29.
What about you,
Logitech
Velasquez?
all the way.
What do you play it on?
ACC F710.
My name Jeff. One of the best movies ever. Well, not one of the best movies ever, but it has one of the best scenes in a comedy movie ever.
Yeah, very, very good.
Where the captain finds out that Schmidt was balking his daughter. It is just the best scene.
For those that like fun games, quick shout out to the developers of a game called Perfect Heist 2. Those that have played it with me so far will know. It's similar to Payday 2 or the Payday series, but it's multiplayer and you can top each other. It's extremely fun. It's like $12. Do yourself a
What was
favour.
that called? Sorry?
Perfect
Perfect
Heist 2. It's fantastic. This has now been demonetised, thanks, Peach.
You're welcome.
Probably ages ago we mentioned Grinder, to be honest.
What's Grindr?
An app for those that own what are they called? Thermomixes.
Penises? Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
It's got lots of recipes on there if you're in Thermomix. All those Thermomix people out there, they're a cult themselves. It's got lots and lots of recipes on there. So download Grindr if you want that. Not what Peach said.
I mean, also what Pete said, but no. Let's focus on what
Race.
Noel said.
Is that a lot of damage for Shady ahead?
Yeah, you remember he balked the wall at the dipper a couple of laps ago?
Thought he
and
would have
had-
hit.
I think he did. I think it's just a bug.
Visual
probably.
damage because his steering is definitely fixed. Are you a Thermomix or a KitchenAid man, Ma? Oh, Ma, whatever my missus cooks me, man. No, I don't use that. She's got something similar. I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's closer to being a KitchenAid. But I cook stuff like ramens and things like that, so none of that needed. I'll always assume it was for mortar and pestle enthusiasts.
The recipes left me with a very painful rectum.
All of these misleading.
I'm sorry, Ben.
It's like the man who went to the doctor and had a pain in his rectum, and the doctor asked him what's wrong, and he said, well, there's a big pain towards the exit, towards the entrance, and the doctor told him, as long as you keep calling it an entrance, there's always going to be a pain there. So
Exactly. Is a faithful sequel to the Burnout series of games. Check it out. It is a fantastic game. Pete Viney, though, meanwhile, playing a game here, looking for P6. Is something balked with his timing? No. That is Nick Miller.
Nick Miller right ahead of him, yeah. So Viney's done a good job over the last couple of laps to close this gap. I don't think Miller will be wanting to fight this too hard, not to risk anything.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you
I'm
can.
thinking about his own championship as well. But then again, getting a P6 at Bathurst is a nice little spot of pride. So may just well put up a solid fight. Ooh, saved it. Got a nice little 50-50 grind there on the curve.
50-50 grind, eh? You might find one of those on Grindr. It's a skateboarding website for all those that do nice tricks and stuff. You should download it.
Oh, this is getting very spicy. Quite a lot ahead of them here. So Powell is there, Jamie Conboy is there. They'll be trying to get out of the way.
Oh, that's straight line speed.
You got a good exit out of elbow. JC, he's battled hard after the lap 6 issue.
Where is Giacomin on track? That is the question of the day at the moment. So these guys are going to get one more lap, I reckon. At least.
Definitely.
Oh, that's wide by Muller into the final corner. Oh, yeah. Good exit by Viney. Will get him into turn 1. But that Audi has giga speed on the straights, so he might well be at risk for turn 2 here.
Oh, stop it, Scan. Mate, I bloody talked about him about 20 minutes earlier. Well, what his car did was bizarre. So I think the Bentley's cursed him. Viney S held on there at the final corner, second corner. He's come up to the cutting. He should be able to hold on from here. He's showing good pace, especially to the top section. Where is Jim?
Has finished the
There
race.
he is. Well done, Luca. P1.
Easy win there.
Raleigh, he's going to pick up P2 in the Porsche. A fantastic effort in his car here.
So it can get a good result if you don't put it in the wall, apparently. Good result there. Ventana, who was under quite a bit of pressure from Samuel, but held on well enough. Get a P3, just cementing that recent upgrade to Pro Class.
Yep, validated perfectly here. Ben Vincent racing for Disciples of Speed team at the moment in the Endurance Series.
Well, definitely showing that his work as a disciple is paying off. Speed is certainly there.
Irfan, even with 2 stops, did a baller strategy during the safety car. It's probably his best result so far, I'd imagine. So well done, Mohammed Irfan, P4. David Barker, is that for position?
That's Viney behind him, isn't it?
Wow, he's caught him quick. Viney, can he finish in the top 5? He won't make a late lunch here. He's too clean of a driver. Oh, jeez.
Almost.
Challenge accepted.
I try to encourage it. Well done, Barker and Viney. Nick Miller, also a great drive.
Oh.
AM class winner tonight. He's upset with himself, but don't be. That was a great drive. George Fowler, P8. Bartlett already P9 and in the pits, as is Michael Donaldi at P10. And that is Asia Pacific Mount Panorama done for this sprint series. Our first 90-minute race in the series.
Yeah, I must admit, I quite enjoyed that. I think we had a little bit of a discussion today in the sprint chat room on Discord. These 90-minute races are fun, but for me, I'm not sure if anybody else agrees, but they need to be on these stressful tracks, like your Bathurst or Brands Hatch, tracks where you're sort of always on edge, where it's a bit dodgy.
Safety car?
You saying they should be or shouldn't?
Should.
Should, yes.
Definitely should.
Otherwise, they get a bit too mundane, a bit boring.
Yeah, I mean the proper racetracks are fun, but there's as we saw in the free races, the amount of incidents that's not caused by other people, just by dying yourself. So it just adds that extra layer of tension. So you need to be on the ball for 90 minutes, which is quite a challenge.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely keep one race in a series moving forward on a track similar to this, as you said, especially in Asia Pacific, because I think it's been thoroughly well received. They've been great races. A lot of sadness. Oh, Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, please. That would be pain, wouldn't it?
90 minutes of Ulton win.
Oh, don't tempt me with
That's
a good time.
interesting.
I mean, I love Ulton, so it's not going to be a punishment.
I don't think we've done Alton Park yet in sprints, have we?
It was in finals 2 seasons ago, I think.
Yeah, just not during. Yeah, that's true. So I reckon you'll see one of Alton, Snetterton, Brands. One of those will be in next series.
That sounds. Don't threaten me with a good time.
I love that saying. Anyway, speaking of good time, Geocoman had one tonight, finishing P1, Raleigh P2, Vincent at P3. In the Pro-Am class, we've got Viney, Fowler, Donaldi. AM Class C, we've got Irfan, who should be Pro-Am, Miller and Thurkalini in P1, 2, 3. And that is us done. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me in the box tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. It was good fun.
Yeah, thank you as well.
Sorry, chat, for the absolute obscenities we've been saying all night. It's been a lot of fun, though, so I appreciate you hanging around. We will be back in about 5 hours' time for Europe Sprint Series as they tackle the mountain. And about 6 hours after that, North America's turn to do the dance. My name's Neil. See you later, and say hello to your mum for me. Bye-bye.